All right, man. We are back live. Hip Hop 95, LA's number streaming hip hop station. But this is the pod about nothing. We are back. What episode is this?
27.
27.
Yes, sir. We are back.
Who do we know that wears 27?
Sean Alexander.
37.
Oh, 30.
What's your one, Mary?
27. 27. That's
Julia.
Who?
Yes.
Zaza Pachulia. Yep.
Shout out to
Yes.
Zaza.
Zaza Pachulia was number
What was it,
27.
Member of a
Nah,
dynasty.
it's 27. I'm sure 27.
Member of a
27.
dynasty. He's still in the front office. Shout out to the Warriors. We'll just start there.
Listen, you snap Kawhi ankle, you got a job for life. I wanted him dead for real. Like that was one. Listen, I really wanted like the minute they touched down. Like,
It's the most hilarious what if, but not really a what if ever. Because like niggas, they seen the Spurs was up and like, but you think they would have won the series?
For sure.
He doesn't think that.
Dog,
I believe it.
dog,
I believe they would have won that game because they was flooding the Warriors.
Bro, we was like 40-1 at home that year, bro. Like, we were
that team
crazy.
was
No, they were good, but I would say they was flooding the Warriors in that first game, but like that next few games, I don't know.
I don't trust Greg. I don't trust Steve Kerr in 7 games versus Greg Popovich.
It might have went 6. I don't think it goes 7. I think it went 6.
Listen, if
would've won game
James
1.
Harden can get 6 or 7 games out that same team, I think we could have definitely beat them that year.
That's fair.
2017? Nah. That was 2017? Yeah, nah, not happening.
But
Great conversation.
yeah, we probably weren't gonna win.
I really do want to know. I would have liked to see that series because Kawhi, that was arguably the best version of Kawhi. Like, he ain't looked that healthy since then, bro.
He been load management since, bro.
Bro, he was cooking that series. That was special. But we are blessed, man. Like, we are blessed.
By the Most High.
March Madness straight into the NBA playoffs, straight into NFL training camp is like, man, it don't get better. Plus the summer coming around.
Football's off season almost over.
Man,
Lord.
oh my God, we so
NBA
blessed.
Twitter almost done.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I'm finna get off Twitter for the playoffs. I can't take it no more. Them tweets be driving me insane. I just be like, bro, can y'all just shut up
Basketball
and watch the game,
crazy.
bro? But we'll start with the play-in. So we'll start. What was the first game? Hawks Heat.
Yep.
All right. Any surprises?
Not at all. Not really. Listen, this is how I feel about the Heat, right? I feel like for a couple years now, this been this team, but things just hadn't really gone the right way. But they've been asked for a little bit for real.
Yes.
And Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy and Bam was able to massage.
Yes.
Tyler Hero hit a couple threes. You know,
Yes.
they thought it was all good. Nah, these niggas stink.
They're not
for real.
good. They're not
You know how bad you gotta be for Kyle Lowry to come off the bench and give you 30, and it's still a blowout.
Fam, getting carried by the corpse of Kyle Lowry in 2023
It's
is
crazy.
insane.
Don't nobody want to hate on Kyle Lowry more than me, but you can't. Like he was their best player damn near the
Listen,
whole game.
y'all remember me in the group chat last year? I hate that nigga Kyle Lowry.
Bro, I hate
it don't have nothing to do with the way he play basketball. It's them shorts, bro.
Yeah, no, Kyle Lowry know the way he gets, bro. I know they got to put
Bro. Just watch a Heat game, and every time you just see Kyle Lowry with the ball, you gonna get mad, bro. Them shorts are on 2005 levels, bro. Like,
I can't stand Kyle Lowry. But I wasn't really surprised. I was happy to see Trey continue to play this way in big games. Because, like, listen, a lot of lies get told about, especially if it's easy to dislike you, a lot of lies will be told about you.
100%.
And nobody really is going to defend it. Like, this sports shows, nobody thought the Hawks had a chance. Like, I mean, this is a team with players that have been in big games. Clint Capella played amazing. Someone who's played in plenty of big games. Like,
The analysts, no one picked the Hawks. Like, no one picked the
Yeah.
Hawks to win that game, and that was so confusing to me because, but not really, because all it did was tell me you haven't watched the Heat play basketball all year.
Facts.
Like, it would be cool if it was like 4-3 pick wise, it would have made sense, but nobody gave the Hawks a chance to win that game, and it was just like, oh, y'all just have not been watching.
everyone
them play.
just assumed the Heat was going to play the Celtics.
Yes, and they're not good. The Heat are not a good team. I love Jimmy Butler. I really, really do. I think Jimmy Butler is an all-star NBA player. He gets into that superstar level in the playoffs, but bruh, it's still Jimmy Butler. Like, no offense, but it's still Jimmy Butler. They have no other offense besides him unless Tyler Hero plays good that day. And if you're relying on Tyler Hero to win you a game, you're probably going to lose.
Shout out
So
Jack Harlow.
Should've put Udonis in.
And Trae Young has been phenomenal all season. The Hawks have been average all season, as the record says. They're 500. 41 and 41. I think they got one game above 500 one time this entire season.
It is remarkable how their season has looked. How they've been 500.
Y'all remember that week? It was like 1 week where they were showing like Hawks wins, losses, stats. And like the points was the same. Points for, points against. Dog.
But they look good. I'm not expecting them to win more than a game against the Celtics, but I am more concerned about not concerned, but I am more looking into how Quinn Snyder coaches this series. Because I think if you can get 2 games or even force a game 7, you're looking into your future. Like, all right, we move John Collins and DeAndre Hunter and get us a piece back. We got something cooking. Because I do think Trey and DeJounte can work. They just need another real scorer and either a real big or a real shooter. Yeah, and they'll be good.
Well, I want to shout out, of course, the Hawks, DeJounte Murray. They all played great. I want to shout out DeAndre Hunter. You listen, still cashing checks about. That is one guy. I love DeAndre Hunter. You know he was 2 for 9?
Yes.
They was calling him the X Factor going into the game. Like,
dog, like I don't know where. I
fourth pick in the draft.
Understand that draft pick.
Fourth pick in the draft.
Understand.
Listen, you gotta love seeing bad organizations.
They had Cam Reddish.
You got to remember the Hawks is run by a nigga that's 3 years older than us.
Listen, I don't get it because I couldn't get your ass. Like I promise.
I promise I can.
I could have told. Listen. We've been doing this show long enough that we can actually go back and remember talking about that draft. I was like, he can't dribble his left hand. He's not a good pick. He's just not. You're the 4th pick in the draft. Can't dribble with your left hand.
I think they picked him.
Like, what are you doing?
I think they picked him solely off the fact that Virginia won a national championship.
Which is crazy.
That's it.
College basketball stinks. Like,
especially Virginia.
Yo, college basketball.
Bro.
You put Dennis Schroeder on a college basketball team right now. They win a championship.
Man.
But I did want to say I don't know if the Celtics beat the Hawks that easy. Because I think it's a bad matchup for Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
Because I think Quinn Snyder's a great coach.
He is.
I think he's going to stick DeJounte on him. And Jaylen Brown, who has problems with his handle, has problems with turnovers. If they can turn Boston over, Clint Capella protecting the rim, all you need is to speed it up because you're not going to completely stop them. You're going to have to speed it up. Trey's going to have to add him nights. And I think the Celtics, especially the way Marcus Smart plays defense, the way Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum plays defense, I think Trey could be at the line 10, 12, 15 times.
He is an excellent draw foul.
So I think the Celtics may win in 6, but I definitely think a lot of people think it's like, yo.
I don't think it's a sweep. I don't think it's a sweep.
Can't stand that.
And I think they can get 2
I think
they make it hard on them. 2 off of them wouldn't surprise me at all. I say 1 right now just because I think Boston on a mission. Right. And I think Boston got off to the start like they needed to, did what they needed to handle their business, so they were in those top 3 seeds, and they've kind of been coasting, and they know they on a mission. They ready to see whoever they got to see. So if they swept them, it wouldn't surprise me. It's one of those series where it's like nothing is going to surprise me just because of how the teams are set up. All right, next player. Timberwolves, Lakers. Shout out to LeBron. Before we go anywhere further, I just got to shout out to LeBron for knowing how to keep somebody entertained. Shout out to
Don't
LeBron
nobody
James.
know a moment like LeBron.
Nobody understands a moment like LeBron,
Don't
bro.
nobody know a moment like LeBron.
Oh my God, bro. But thoughts from the game?
That's probably the saddest game I don't watch.
I was about to say, like, honestly, that the fourth quarter was some of the worst worst basketball I've ever seen.
Yes.
Because I was still engaged in the game, but I'm still watching everything like, wow, this is awful. Like, what are y'all doing, bro?
Awful.
It was sad because, let me first do this. All the people I root for, this is going to sound crazy, all the people I root for, usually always win. So, I'm not used to watching a nigga fold. I'm watching you because I don't think you for the fold. I'm watching the screen Ed, come on, please.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie,
a couple of them, I'm like, Ed, bro, please, bro,
I'm watching him take some of them shots scared because I'm like, bro, he finna turn it on. Like, this finna be it.
I'm watching the game. I stood up. I was like, is it me? Like, do I need to watch it differently?
That is the angle I'm standing in. He was trying so hard. He was playing great defense. He was trying so hard, bro. It just wouldn't go in. Dog.
I do think at the end of the game, when he fell on his shoulder real hard, I do think that messed him up towards the end of the game. But he didn't have it from the start.
Right.
Yeah.
My takeaway from the game is the Timberwolves should fire their coach the moment their season is over. Don't even let him get out the building.
Don't hesitate.
Pack his stuff for him and send it to his house.
Didn't he leave he came from Toronto mid-season?
I'm pretty sure, not last year. The year before.
He been there a while though.
Yeah.
No,
Has he been there a while?
Maybe,
Yeah, like a
maybe
year
at
and a
least
half.
2 or 3 years it got to be.
Because he was.
I know it's been
Because
2. In my
before
opinion.
it was Flip's son, Ryan.
Yeah, no,
Saunders.
it's been a couple.
It's been a-
Yeah, so it's been a
couple
minute.
years. Yeah, he's awful. I see no growth from the Timberwolves.
No,
and
no.
I watch them play. Like, and I watch them play, and every time I watch them play, it is like, all right. They stay in games because they have excellent personnel. Ant is really a dog. Cat's an all-star level talent, and they have a great point guard playing Mike Conley. But at the end of games, it is so important for you to have a couple of sets that you can go to to get you an easy bucket. Or it's important to have a Kevin Durant, LeBron type player on your team that can just go get you a bucket from the merger or get to the hole. And they don't have that. And it's like, it makes sense, though, because when you watch their offense through the whole year, it's high pick and roll, high pick and roll, high pick and roll. And we talk about all the time about the Warriors not running Steph Curry in high pick and roll all game. And it's literally just because of those type moments when you they're trapping Steph so hard, he can't get his shot off. All right, now we're going to go to the split action that we ran 3 million times.
Exactly.
And we know the options we have.
It's very.
That's their issue.
And I know you watch a lot of Timberwolves games. I'm sure you guys do too. So, there's a million analytics stats. So I don't know if this is a real stat. I need to find the possessions between touches stat. Because Anthony Edwards, more than any other star, superstar, whatever category you put him in, he'll go 5 or 6 possessions without someone giving him the ball. And it's not even like, some players, kind of don't want the ball. Like, even Ant in the last game wasn't so aggressive, but he'll be on where he's supposed to be in the offense, and it'll just be something going on the other side. Yeah. And you go 5 or 6 minutes without that, and I just don't understand what the goal is for the offense. There's no real identity. Cat doesn't play down low enough for that to be your full identity. He picks and pops, but he's in foul trouble so much, you only run that offense half the game.
Yes.
Other half of the game, there's no other person on the team that's creating perimeter offense for himself except for Mike Conley, who does it through the pick and roll with those players. So I don't really know what the goal is. Like, you get to the end of the game and they don't know, why is Kyle Anderson at the free throw line isolating for 5 straight minutes? Like,
thank you, bro.
They ran a play 4 times for him to come down and isolate. I'm trying to figure out what they saw on film for him to be in the most inefficient area of the court versus the best defense playing one-on-one.
I don't get it. And Cap not being a low post player is hurting them so much, dog. Cat had Austin Reeves on him and was at the 3-point line trying to post up. Do y'all I'm gonna try to find a clip so I can put it in the video, bro. Like, he had his arm out and his arm was past the 3-point line. I was like, my nigga, what are you doing, bro?
Yo, what's that tweet Eddie Gonzalez made yesterday? He said the Timberwolves season came down to if Cat was gonna post. If Cat can get past Austin Reeves, and the answer was no.
He can't,
And it's crazy because Cat will have like 10 and 8 in the first half. They just
and listen,
disappeared.
He
disappeared.
Played great in the first
Listen,
half.
at one point he was outplaying AD, bro, because we was talking about it.
And
Like,
listen, he's done it before, but Cat kind of has this. I don't want to say. The most recent example would be the Dillon Brooks Warriors game, where Cat will make a shot, and I'll be like, "Damn, you still probably shouldn't have took that shot."
Yes,
because you're not gonna keep it. He hit that one-footed floater in the third quarter, and I was like, "The end is near." That's a bad shot. Like, once you're not getting good shots out of those actions, bro, you gotta stop. Like, and the flip side of that, we'll talk about the Bulls later, was Zach LaVine was kind of going through the same struggles. He was like, "Yeah, fuck all that. I'm just gonna go to the cup line, and I'm gonna drive 5, 6, 7 times in a row, make y'all call the foul." But the Lakers' defense is.
It's really good.
Bro, that's
really good. But
it's Jared Vanderbilt. Like,
hey, man.
I think if anybody could have got to the cup and went up, is Ant. And
Yeah,
that's the issue.
Facts.
But that also goes back to coaching. Ant is 20. Ant is younger than us, bro. Like, he's young. He's a young basketball player. So when you're young and you're as good as he's been his whole life, you can shoot your way back into the game. You can't do that against the Lakers. So you got to tell him attack, put pressure on Anthony Davis every single time you get down there. He just wasn't doing that.
But we don't really call for people jobs, but I do agree he's got to go, especially in a league like this. And you saw it in the NFL, and it's gonna start transitioning to the NBA, where these defensive coaches, if you're not a defensive genius, like Ime Udoka's gonna walk in and make you best defense in the league, one of those guys, you got to be an offensive coach. Because there's no reason Anthony Edwards should not have plays to get him downhill. They should be built into the offense to where Giannis or these other, like DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, all these people who, all right, even if my shot isn't working, the offense will get me downhill in plus situations. And the Timberwolves offense is like, like a high school offense.
Because Bron had 5 fouls right in the overtime.
Yeah,
Yes.
And
Braun was playing,
Like,
and that's why I wasn't.
oh my
that's
God,
why I
man.
wasn't trying to hear what Cat was saying about his 5 fouls. I'm like, bro, Braun got 5 fouls just like you.
No, like, and Bron is a genius. It's going to be real hard to make him draw him a foul, but you attack him. Attack him, bro.
somebody, you got to try.
And
Yes,
listen,
bro.
all right, so let's flip it. Because we've been shitting on the Timberwolves. But y'all looked ass, too.
No, we did. Like that's why I said it was. I was engaged, but it was a lot of bad basketball on both sides, bro.
And now I need to shift my attention to Anthony Davis. Because you think we didn't see it. But we saw it.
Talk about the closeout.
No, listen, there's
I ain't
a lot of bad habits. Listen, when you go 3 years without playing an important basketball game, like the Lakers have, you build a lot of bad habits. Like when Karl-Anthony Towns come off the bench with 5 fouls, and we run a high pick and roll, and you catch the ball in the paint and throw up a floater the first play. Nigga, if you don't go into his chest, bro, it's just little things that AD, kind of like Cat does, that just make me so mad because you're not going to get away with that against these good teams. Like that might, listen, and listen, the closeout, sure, it's the end of the game. You done this like 3 times, bro.
Yes.
And it should have cost you 2. It should have cost you 2 games. So it did cost you versus the Warriors, but they just beat y'all in overtime. It should have been a 4-point play then. Mike Conley just happened to miss. And we can't go no further. Shout out Mike Conley.
Nah, that's
Shout out Mike
That's a
Conley.
fact.
I need to shout out Mike Conley.
He was hooping.
Listen, Mike Conley game in his life. And the way the game was going, I heard him say that shit too. That shit made me so mad, bro. But the way this game was going, I was like, man, if the Lakers lose this is going to be the reason niggas make sure they're not in the play-in. Because you don't want to be on the other end of a Mike Conley game. Like, you were bro, y'all are this close from him hitting that shit and it being the Mike Conley playing game.
Yes.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie though. I know it's a foul, but I wouldn't have called that because I just have a thing where like if it don't really affect the shot, like
Nah, that should affect your shot.
Shot.
You
but the ball was already let go though.
You gotta be able to land.
And for the most part, he had landed AD toes.
But that's the
right
thing.
there.
It should have been a flagrant. I don't even really want to get into it because that is a landing flagrant.
That's a flagrant.
You gotta let him.
Every single time.
They called it on Horford in the finals.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's probably why they didn't call it because the one you talking about on Horford, Curry didn't get to land at all. Yeah. Conley had already landed, but AD was like in the space.
Yeah, listen.
And he got him with the body too. He got him. With the body too.
So it's like a gray area with that.
Shout out to them free throws though.
Let me ask y'all this though. Personally, I don't think this cost them the game. Like suspending Gobert. But it's gonna be if they lose tomorrow, it's gonna be a topic of conversation. Would you have fined him and just like moved on? Because I told y'all I don't feel like this is time to make an example out of anybody, bro. I'm gonna just fine him. But they also said they think they suspended him because he punched the coach before he punched Collins.
He pushed
the coach. Yeah.
I don't care who that nigga pushed. But the real answer is if he was a good player, he don't get suspended. If Anthony Edwards punched Rudy Gobert at practice like Draymond did, he'd be playing in that game.
Yeah.
I don't think Draymond would have got. Well, he
Draymond
didn't
even
get
get suspended.
Yeah, he took a few days away from the team, but if it didn't leak, I don't think it would have been a big thing anyway.
If this is my whole thing with Rudy was, I think they did not want him there because the team didn't want him there. And
Literally,
was that.
yeah.
I think that. Don't want to use the word, but the vibes was off with him in the locker room, and I think with that situation, I don't think people like Rudy Gobert, and I can almost say I know people don't like Rudy Gobert by the body language and the way the NBA.
Listen, in my mind, he started COVID. I hate Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, think about if you're on that team. This COVID offense killer is coming to our team,
bro.
The only person who likes Rudy is Victor Wembanyama.
So I think the real answer is, bro, if they thought it would hurt their chances, they wouldn't have did it.
Yeah.
But I think they think it helps their chances because they don't want to play with him.
Yeah,
truly, bro. And I think it makes their offense worse. It makes their defense better. Yeah. And I think they were like, we're good enough defensively for it not to really affect us too much. And they were right, bro. They only gave up 108 points in overtime.
Now, what hurt them is Jay McDaniels deciding, he was going to try to have a fight with a wall and try to win.
That's what hurt them. Jaden McDaniels don't get suspended. They might beat the Lakers.
No, listen, I 100% believe if he was out there, we probably would have lost that game, especially the way the fourth quarter went.
Yes.
I agree too, but it's hard to really say.
It's always hard to say.
Because how well they were able to shoot with the lineups they played early. Because they had so much shooting out there instead of him. But I did see some things, so stay to touch on the Lakers side, that I don't know bodes well really for the Lakers. Because I don't know if LeBron's ever had to deal with this. It's something in Golden State niggas see often where somebody's just not going to play defense on your teammate, but he can't shoot. But I saw them do the Draymond defense on Jared Vanderbilt.
Yes.
Didn't nobody say nothing
Yeah.
because Jared Vanderbilt don't have the ball.
Yeah.
So it's not really easy to see him at the top standing alone, but we've never seen LeBron have to go a playoff run with a teammate that can't shoot. So it's two niggas
An
in the
essential
paint.
teammate, too.
Exactly. So because if you don't play him, a big part of your defense is missing. So
Yes.
looking forward to the Memphis series, do you think that's something they could take advantage of?
Yeah. I really think that he's either going to have to pick if he wants to play him 30 minutes a game or use him for defense kind of early in the game and in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Because LeBron's offense is going to be dictated so much if he can get to the hole. It's going to be hard enough getting to the hole with Dylan Brooks harassing him. LeBron isn't the finisher he used to be. He doesn't elevate like he used to be. Again, he's still better than 95% of the
fact.
NBA.
Yeah.
I know that.
Listen, that
But-
finger roll might be up. That finger roll.
Oh, that was crazy.
On the
That
short
was great.
list
Boy, that
of
was
the
beautiful.
best
That was-
finishes
that was
ever.
beautiful.
Because
That was
he
great.
didn't touch no glass on that.
Beautiful.
That's all reverse spin on the ball.
Man, but to
Textbook.
what LeBron is, if this is 2013 LeBron, they're probably the second or third seed and going to the finals.
Facts.
Because it's not that LeBron, I'm saying this. And I really don't know how that's going to bowl for them. If you got somebody you can all on the court to where you can always double AD and always double LeBron and it not be an issue. You're not giving up an open shot. You're not even really worried about him slashing like that. Like, he's an okay finisher, but you're not worried about Jared Vanderbilt scoring 15 points and beating you. So it's like if he get a layup off of if he get 4 points off of a couple layups because he cut, we can live with that. If we send him to the line 3 times off of cuts, we can live with that because we're getting to double AD every time he touches the ball. And you know, the thing, I don't know if this is a scouting report on AD, but this would be mine. Bruh, if we can stop AD from getting hot in the first 2 quarters, he kind of lay down, bro.
Bruh, he'll
He
give
kind of
up,
lays down
for sure.
for you. So if we can do the work early on AD and we can double him super hard, we'll let LeBron do whatever the fuck he want to do. We're going to double AD every time he touches the ball. So coming into the third, fourth quarter, he got 12 points and 7 rebounds. That's really going to be an issue for them. So yes, I definitely think it's something they'll expect.
I definitely think it's something, especially Memphis needs to look at with how Jaren Jackson plays defense. How foul prone he is. I would really do what the Timberwolves did and literally not put him on the AD.
Okay.
Because there was a point where the Timberwolves, because of foul trouble, had to take Cat off AD. They put Kyle Anderson on and was like, fuck, he's going to double you on the catch.
Yeah.
And that's when they started to come back. That's when the offense started to change. I don't know why they stick with that. That goes back to the point of the coach needing a different job. But I think other teams, and we said this after the Clippers game, the scouting report is there, bruh. Take AD out the game, make Braun try to do it himself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's not enough scoring around Braun where if AD don't show up or AD don't dominate, you'll be straight. Because then you're depending on Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves. Shout out Dennis Schroeder, by the way. Crazy shot. Gas celebration. Dennis Schroeder looks like he's always having fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's no person having more fun playing basketball than Dennis Schroeder.
Okay, before we move to the next game, Chris, I do want to ask you, and Barry, I actually started with Barry. He didn't say too much. What concerns you about the Lakers?
Do we have to turn D'Angelo, Austin Reeves to catching shooters? And what AD is AD going to be aggressive? Because like we said last week, as soon as we left the show last week, we got the message Steve Adams not going to be in the playoffs. So
Yes.
now, are we going to have Triple J guard AD, or is he going to be the help man? 'Cause if he's a help man, they might win a couple games. They might make it a run. Because that way, AD gets to drive to the post, JJ for the cleanup block. But if AD, he want to be aggressive, he can bump his shoulder to get some fouls, then who Memphis going to pull out there to guard AD? No, when it's crunch time.
So for me, it's definitely D'Angelo Russell. I think we all noticed like he didn't play the last stretch of the game.
Yeah, no.
And it's like because it's scenarios out there where he just can't be out there, bro. Like plain and simple.
Remember, they're not pursuing Kyrie in the offseason, though.
They did say that. They did say that.
They're going to re-sign D'Lo to $150
Listen, bro.
million deal.
If regardless of how the playoffs go,
I have something to say.
like I think you should like really be looking at Kyrie. Like if you're not looking at these fourth, third quarter situations, saying like, he can't be out there. Maybe this shouldn't be a long term commitment. If it is, maybe we don't give him. I don't know if he was asking for like 50, something like that, 40, 50 million, something like that.
He want 25 plus a year.
Okay, yeah. So like,
So that's at
if we go,
50.
maybe you look and say, okay,
want
maybe
to
we
full
keep
money.
him, maybe not at that price, maybe a lesser role. That's one. Like y'all said, Vanderbilt is obviously a problem. He first off, yeah, like you said, it's cool if he get 4 points, but like he got to make the most out of the opportunities he's given. Because the first quarter, I seen them give him the ball about 5 or 6 times, and he was in scoring position, but like he dropped the ball, or, like whatever.
Like that. No one. I don't know how this works for him having amazing hands on defense, but he can't catch the ball anywhere else.
Yeah,
like he can't catch the ball on offense, and for some reasons he drops rebounds too.
Yes,
and it pisses me off. But the Lakers, what worries me probably the most about the Lakers is, bro, there's really no backcourt scoring, like at all. There is nobody out there creating their own shot in the backcourt for real, unless it's Austin Reeves in the pick and roll or the limited minutes Dennis Schroeder plays. But with the way you gotta play with D'Lo now that LeBron is back, he's really not gonna be as successful as he was before. And people ask these questions: how is Austin Reeves? How is D'Lo? How are all these people gonna look when LeBron comes back? And people thought, it sounded crazy, but it's real. And now you see the Lakers offense struggling to score. I want to shout out Malik Beasley because niggas.
That was my next concern.
Yeah, niggas.
That was my next concern. I need to look at the shot chart from when he decided to make the 3 and twerk on the court. Bro, he was twerking.
Nah, bro. In LA, bro.
And I don't think I saw him hit another shot since then.
I was watching.
Listen, bro. The lights, LA lights different, man.
Listen, bro.
Two things concern me about the Lakers, and they're kind of the same thing. They don't have a lineup that they can go to that they trust. And when you don't have that, like you don't have, like the Warriors know they're going to go Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, and Looney and be straight. And they might take Looney out, put Kuminga, Jordan Poole, or Dante in. They know that, and they're going to be good, and they are confident in that lineup. I don't feel like the Lakers have one lineup like that. I feel like depending on the situation, how a player is playing, it all is interchangeable, and that scares me going into a playoff series against a team that's been playing together for 3 years and is hungry as they are.
Right.
And lastly, I just think you're asking LeBron to do too much.
Yeah.
And I know LeBron is LeBron, but did y'all see how tired he looked at the end of that game?
Right.
I haven't seen LeBron look that tired.
He was gassed.
Since he cramped up in that finals a couple years ago. Not 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow, we're old. But yeah, so.
Shout out to whoever working the AC in San Antonio that night.
So I really don't know, like Barry was saying, if Memphis guards AD correctly and AD is limited, even if AD is good, but he's inefficient or it's a good AD that's 18 and 12, and you asking LeBron to go win you this series with 33 a game, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, I just don't know if you get to game 6, game 7, if he's going to have it in the fourth quarter. And my God, I don't want to see that, bro. Like I would rather them just get swept and it be like that.
Listen, the overtime went well. But listen, it was on the edge for a little bit.
Bro.
Where LeBron and the Lakers shifted the brain into neutral. Because there was an inbound pass that should have been stolen by LeBron.
Yes.
Then they called timeout. And then they ended up having one stolen,
Yes.
and Braun took out bro legs. Listen, you got to do what you got to do.
Man.
I agree. It is a foul. At the same time, that's LeBron. But I probably wouldn't have called it either if I was the ref.
It's a good foul though.
Yeah.
Like looking back at the film, because
Sure.
Mike Conley had an open lane.
Bro,
If
why
they don't
would
call
they?
it
Yeah, like he
foul,
was going for the.
LeBron didn't take the ball.
Yeah.
Like Tyrion still had the ball. So it was actually a good foul.
And the last pass, I think he was in the post. He just threw it across the court. Listen, I know a tired nigga when I see one. That
Threw it out
nigga-
there to the Kareem Trophy,
He
bro.
was exhausted. and the problem is, bro, like Memphis isn't gonna lay down quick.
Nope.
That's a fact.
So this won't be a quick series.
Nope.
And like you said, you're just asking so much for you to go. All right, we gotta go 6 games versus Memphis and this young, energetic team, and all right, you get a couple days off. Then we gotta go 6 or 7 versus Golden State.
Yes.
All right. Now we gotta go 6 or 7 versus Kevin Durant. Like,
It's a lot, bro.
and then your reward is Giannis, Celtics, 76ers, Cavs.
Like, bruh, it's a lot.
I'll say this about the lineup. I think it's there, but like I think Darvin Ham is really stupid. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like,
Can't say that.
Can't say that.
not completely. Oh,
We
I'm
can't
sorry.
say really stupid.
I mean,
It's a little
Darvin Ham lacks the competence that he should have.
as a head
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah.
Excellent work.
There we go.
That's excellent.
Like I think the
We're not
lineup
a
is
PlayStation
there.
party, nigga.
My bad. My bad.
Ease up on Darvin
Anybody
Ham.
can see this.
Yeah.
My bad.
What you gonna do when Darvin Ham see this? You've been Laker fan, get banned from Laker games.
We're gonna come back to the playoffs in a second. But Bulls Raptors, first off, hold on real quick, let me get this off. I hate the playing game. I hate everything about it. I don't think they should exist. The only thing that I think is a little bit reasonable is the 9th seed and was at least 2.5 games back of the 8th seed, and they play for the 8th seed. I think that's very reasonable just because of how long an NBA season is. How refs literally lose you 2 or 3 games a season,
right?
And so it's just shit like that. Okay, if you're 3 games back, that's cool. But there's no reason the 20th best team in the NBA should have a chance to get in the playoffs. Fact. It is stupid. The Chicago Bulls won this game last night, but they should not have had the opportunity.
That's right.
But we'll go there. It exists. I can't do anything about it because I'm not Adam Silver. So Bulls Raptors, what did you see that you liked from the Bulls? They're gonna lose even if they beat the who they gotta beat, the Heat. Even if they beat the Heat, everybody's gonna swept by Milwaukee, so it don't really matter. But did you enjoy?
My only thing is I don't know because I ain't gonna lie, I thought that he was gonna win this game the other night until I saw Max Strus was gonna be the starting power forward. Then I was I
definitely think the Bulls are gonna beat the Heat.
Yeah, I do too.
But so Bulls Raptors, what did I see? And it was similar to the Hawks Heat game where it was like, man, y'all been asked for a little bit. Nobody believed me, bro. Yes. And I knew Scotty Barnes was trash. And niggas was like, no.
Rookie of the year, Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, and niggas was like, no, he can do this. He gonna be this. He gonna be that. Remember the trade rumors came out. They were like, no, we wouldn't trade Scotty Barnes for KD. Like, okay. All right, if you say so.
Scotty Barnes is a okay basketball player. He is not a
great
number
kid.
one, number 2 option.
If you put
Scotty Barnes on a championship, like on Milwaukee or Phoenix or
he gonna fit in
amazing.
Great.
He will look amazing, but you want him to lead your team?
He'd probably be an amazing. He's a great Andre Iguodala type guy.
Yes.
If he could figure it out, get shipped to another team, he'll have a long career ahead of him. But good God, shout out to the Bulls. I'm so tired of watching the Toronto Raptors play basketball.
Me too.
It's so
That's all I got to say about that. Y'all got anything on it?
Thank God they not playing basketball.
I ain't even watched the game. Apparently, the highlight was DeMar daughter yelling at Martin's at the line.
Shout out to Diora. It was actually adorable because she was screaming at him.
Bro, no. She was for real screaming.
Like screaming.
I got to see the video.
I was tripping.
Bro. I was tripping. I'm watching it early in the game because early in the game, don't nobody know who's screaming. So everybody like, who the fuck is screaming? Like, can y'all stop cutting to whatever camera they next to so we can hear what? Because like they're really loud, and then it come out that it's DeMar Darter. I guess Let's shout out to the media.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
20 missed free throws in the NBA game. You should be ashamed of it.
Yeah, no, but that's
home.
See, listen, they're getting a pass because they really just ass, but they think it's because of DeMar Darter, and that's cool. Listen, shout out to her.
All right, now let's go to the game with Mr. 3 Names and the white boy from my favorite white boy.
He got 3 middle names. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander are 3 middle names, bro.
It's so funny. I saw you tweet that today. I said that is hilarious. 3 middle names is crazy. But Thunder beat the Pelicans. I would like to start with the Pelicans. Where do you go from here?
Okay, so so on the topic of the Pelicans, because I'm really not sure. But I want to. So the answer is kind of the answer to this question. Do y'all think it's fair for CJ to talk about Zion that way?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
And then my follow-up question is this: is it worse for your team to play shit through an injury or skip the game?
Depends on who the teammate is.
So in this situation, CJ's the nigga who's been playing shit all year. Zion just ain't played. So listen, you know what I think should have said it? So it's fair to criticize Zion, but I think it should have been B.I.
Yeah.
The nigga out there getting it done, I feel like you should be able to say, man.
I don't too much want to hear from somebody that went 5-14.
Yeah, listen, see, playing ass all year. Like if anybody shouldn't say because
and it ain't just a New Orleans thing. Like this was.
But the argument could be made: you're hurting the team playing 40 minutes of shit basketball through this thumb injury because you don't want surgery. When other niggas could be out there who are not hurt.
Yeah. So I agree with that point. I disagree with he should be the one to play him because he played 75 games this year. Brandon Ingram played like 50-something.
That's fair.
So he should be the one to come out and say we need to be available because CJ McCollum does not play.
Brandon Ingram had like a Brandon Ingram had like a concussion or something.
B.I. was hurt a long time this year. So it's okay because the reason I'm playing bad is because y'all aren't out here. If I was back to the third option, which I should be, I would be playing better. But I'm having to be a number 2 option, which I'm not, and I'm hurt. So either I come out here and I don't play play, and now Brandon Ingram is getting triple teamed all game. We don't have anybody on our team that can score. Half our team is hurt. Zion's hurt. The little point guard Jose is hurt, and they had another bench player hurt. Herb Jones, not Herb Jones. Who is the shooter? Trey Murphy. Yeah, Trey Murphy is our only other shooter. Yeah. Valanciunas, we gonna rely on Valanciunas to win us a game. Yeah. So I'm frustrated if I'm CJ. So I don't have no problem. I don't have no problem saying it. I've been here for 2 years. I don't play damn near every game, and he played 30 games combined in 2 years.
I think so. To directly answer your question, now that I had got that sidetracked out the way, I still think you gotta. I think you gotta wait on Zion for real, because I don't think you can get a trade for him that's not gonna absolutely ruin your franchise and take you behind the cleaners. Because the worst thing that's gonna happen is for you like, fuck it, bro. We're tired of this nigga missing games, and you trade him somewhere, and he start playing games, yeah. And the trade motivate him to really fix his career, and now he's Zion in another city.
Yeah. Real quick before you go, I will say. I kind of agree with you mainly because every time he's on the court, he's so good. It's not like he come back and he adds. If he step on the court, he's 26-10 every night.
So it's easy. Listen, the Zion jokes are funny, and he does deserve them to a certain extent. But also, his reality as an NBA player isn't the same for someone like Kevin Durant or Wiggins, who's coming back from an injury. Mm-hmm. He get his hamstring hurt. Any lower body injury that he has during the season basically ends his season. Yeah. Because he can't work out during those lower body injuries. Yeah. So he's out 2 weeks with a hammy. It's going to take him 3 months to get back in shape. Yes. Or, not 2 weeks with a hammy, but it's going to take him months to get back in game shape. Mm-hmm. Like, niggas is like, man, he windmilling in the pregame. First of all, he's 6'7". Let's not act like he was from the free throw. It was a standing windmill. He'll be able to do that the next 20 years, hopefully, as long as he keeps most of his body intact. But, fam, him windmilling or dunking in the warm-ups, which is a bad look. You shouldn't do it if you're not going to play. Yeah. I don't know why you do it if you're not going to play. But that's not the same as playing 30 minutes of playoff basketball.
All that tell me is y'all niggas do not hoop.
And then somebody's like, you can't play 20 minutes, bro? Fam. A fat Zion not giving you nothing in 20 minutes, bro.
Bro, he already don't play defense. Imagine him playing defense as a fat Zion.
And what attention is he going to garner when he can't get by anybody?
Thank you.
So I think you got to double down on Zion. Mm-hmm. What's it called? Trey Murphy's trying to become a star. We can kind of ease up off C.J. McCollum a little bit.
I was about to say, do you try to get C.J. and Trey Murphy as a package and try to get something different, just to test?
I'm not getting rid of Trey Murphy.
I would definitely be taking calls on C.J., but I could not trade Trey Murphy.
I didn't know C.J. was getting paid $32 million.
He is getting paid $32 million.
It's gonna be hard for somebody to take that contract.
But Trey Murphy would be so hard for me to trade because his length and shooting is so rare.
Okay.
Because when they were healthy, and this is kind of why I was on Zion's side about told CJ to shut the fuck up. It's like when I was playing, we was the best team in the league, fam. Like I wasn't letting y'all down. We was the 1 seed in the West.
Yes.
Like come on, bro. Like it's not like I'm not trying. Like I was carrying y'all niggas, bro.
100%. I do. I will say this about CJ. I don't have a problem
with BI. My bad. With no BI.
I don't have a problem with him saying that. But I do have a problem with him saying it to the media. Go to your locker room and say that.
Yeah.
Don't say that to the media.
And then don't say it again today.
And don't say it when you know Zion been struggling. He just came out and said it's a mental lapse of me not getting over. And now you talking about him not being able to be available, bro. Like the season's over. Y'all lost already.
There's nowhere to be available, CJ.
Bro, it's over. So just go to the locker room and say that. Text him on the side. Be like, yo, we really need you. I need you to do everything you possibly can. Like just go be real with him, man to man. Like you don't got to go to the media after, like you said, you shot 5 of 14, nigga. You barely did more than I did.
And the thing with Zion that's why my bad, Chris. But you good. The thing with Zion, when I say it's not fair, but it's his reality because you can't even really ask him to lose weight because he's dominant when he plays, and most of his game is how strong he is. So if you're asking him to lose weight and playing shape, you're really asking him to change his identity as a player. So it's a harder rope to walk.
Okay, go, Chris.
So, you really harped on my point because, I I'll say this: like what C.J. McCollum did is a little bit to the it ain't nearly as bad as what Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid did to Ben Simmons a couple years ago. Not nearly as bad, but it's close.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Because I've always felt like I don't care what happened in the game. Don't go in the press conference and throw me under the bus and say, "Well, yeah, this is why we lost." Like,
listen,
no,
thank God them niggas making millions, boy. Cause listen, if them niggas was making regular money, could you imagine what the press conferences would sound like? Like a nigga making $50K, we come back to the press conference talking shit to me, nigga.
I like the way you stock them shells, boy.
But listen, I do think you're right. Because I was thinking I was really thinking on the way. I was like, from Zion, like, damn, y'all couldn't beat Luguentz Dort without me. Like, y'all niggas couldn't beat the Thunder, fam.
Like, come on, bro.
Like realistically, if y'all win this game, give me another week. We might be able to figure it out, my nigga. Like, y'all couldn't beat Josh Giddey. Like, Josh Giddey went for 30. I wasn't gonna be guarding him. Like, yo,
shout out my nigga Josh.
So,
not letting Josh Giddey for 30 on you. Listen, that is appalling.
I think, like, yeah,
Shout
like.
out to Josh Giddey.
Shout out to Josh.
He was hooping. But yeah, I think I know some people feel like people put the mental health cape on anytime they in a predicament. Yeah. I don't think Zion was doing that, bro. Especially since Zion, like, a little younger than us, like, a lot of people our age go through that. And, like, this is a generation that's, like, really, bringing light to it. So I don't think he's doing that.
He do get bullied a lot, so.
Yeah, like, I can definitely
and
see,
my
like.
thing was, so what he said in the media, and this happens a lot now, is the telephone game where he says one thing, someone else says another thing, and everyone else hears everything else. He said, until I feel like Zion again. To me, that makes me feel like, oh, he know he not in shape. He know he can't make these moves. He know he's not Zion yet.
He feel like he more of a detriment, like the way he is,
he's just not ready. Niggas on TV like, is this a mental health crisis? Like he didn't say none of that. But niggas like, well, until he feels Zion, so it's got to be a mental block. And now niggas on Twitter questioning his manhood. Like, how did we get from A to B?
And that's why I don't get mad at KD right there, bro. Like, people love calling KD insecure. No, KD make people stand on what they say, bro. Like, every time.
Be like, nah. Make it make sense, bro. Like,
yo, people love to quote his tweets or reply to him and be like, why don't you respond? Like, why do you always respond? No. Like, you said this. Yeah. You gonna deal with what I gotta say about it.
Be like, you rich, why would you look at your phone? Do you know how much I look at my phone if I have nothing to do?
Katie smoke weed and play basketball.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, bro, I play basketball for a living.
Nothing else.
Have y'all ever heard Katie talk about his life? He said, man, I just be chilling.
I
smoke
every time,
play
bro.
2K.
KD interviews so relatable because he just like us, bro. Like,
I love KD.
He's such a normal ass nigga,
every
bro.
day it makes sense why he arguing with you niggas, bro. Because what are y'all talking about, bro? Like, what are we talking about?
Like, oh my god! All right, I do want to trip to this.
Now I'm gonna hate on KD. So go ahead.
I'm gonna go to the Thunder real quick because the Thunder's young talent jumps off the screen when you watch them. Shea, you are him. Josh Giddey, I love your game. You're going to be able to serve as a Draymond role for them for a very long time. With this new CBA, I don't know how many of them they're going to be able to keep, but they have something brewing over there. Do you think they beat the Timberwolves, because that is their next opponent? Do you think they beat the Timberwolves going into Minnesota? And how long do you think it is before they reach a conference finals?
So I think they'll be in the conference finals next year. But the reason they'll be in the conference finals next year is because it's time to pick up that phone. Because we're not playing the long game anymore. We're not playing, we got these picks, we're going to pick all these players. No. You got a superstar on a early deal. You got a lot of young help for him. You don't got to play. And Jaylen Brown don't like Boston. I pick up the phone. 3 firsts.
3 firsts and a player.
3 firsts.
Pick a player.
3 firsts and one in the Williams.
I was about to say, I definitely think it's time for them to, like, get some vets in there.
Because listen, I really believe this, bottom of my heart, they're one guy away. Especially with Chet coming back. Because Chet coming back in this situation is not the same situation as when he got drafted.
Yeah.
Because the hype and the demand he had when he got drafted was he needs to be 20.
It's got to be him and Shea. It got to be him and Shea, 1-2.
Yeah, now it's, this is Shea's team. Unless Chet come out and he's Victor too, this is going to be Shea's team no matter what. Right. So he can come back, pace himself with his injury. They've shown that they don't need him.
Right.
So he can really take his time, get his body right, come back. I think they'll be so much better next year. especially with the experience. I don't think they'll beat Minnesota because I think Minnesota has to win it more.
Okay, that makes
This
sense.
is such a must-win for Minnesota because if they lose this game, niggas' kids gonna be going to different schools. People will be moving. Jobs will be changed. And like in the NBA, that's for real the reality. Like OKC lose, had a good year, first team Shea, get them again next year. Minnesota lose, half that locker room not gonna be there.
Facts. You're telling the truth. Yeah, I agree with you. I do think Minnesota wins this game and is literally out of desperation. That's the only reason. I also agree with you that if they get Jaylen Brown next year, that is a conference final level team. Of course, we can't say that literally a year from now. But
Listen, hey, I'll be on it though.
no cap. It wouldn't surprise me because I truly believe Shea can be the number one option on the championship team.
Oh, yeah.
He just needs a really, really good number two because he's not the defender. But when you have a player that is automatic from the mid range and can get to the hole at will,
And,
you got what you need.
I really want to show
I trust
Shea
him with
some
the ball in
love.
his hands.
And you see his numbers, and it's easy to think, oh, he's playing like Luka, or he's playing like Trey. There's a Harden type nigga. You're gonna dribble the air out the ball, go shoot. But it's literally the opposite, where it feels like all of his points come in the flow, come efficient, and his game is so throwback to where it is now, where you watch an NBA game now, a nigga catch the ball, he will take 6 dribbles before he moves.
Yes.
Shea is the opposite, where every step is a step in exactly where he's going, exactly where he wants to go. He's so under control all the time that it really catches defenders off guard because you don't even realize he didn't walk you to this fadeaway until he's letting it go. I really love Shea game.
Real quick, another important piece about his game is that kind of what you were just saying.
Yeah, he like Paul Pierce, but good.
Is how important it is to control the tempo as a point guard. And I think last night that was the difference in that game was they had a true point guard on the court and New Orleans did not. He is able to, like you said, you cannot speed him up, and he also is a good passer. He does have to work on his three a little bit. A little bit. He don't gotta be a 3-4 game. He just has to be able to hit. You can't just leave him open. Like you can't sag off. Right. That's the next part of his game. But everything else from the inside is perfect. You got to. I would like to see him put in a little bit of weight, but he's 23, 24, so it'll come.
That's what I was gonna say. Next is the next step for him is if he puts on weight, might be the first or second best 2-way point guard in the league because he's huge.
He's 6'6". He's huge, bro.
He's huge.
Yeah. So but to answer my own question, I think Jaylen Brown. They get Jaylen Brown. I'll say the year after they reach the conference finals, and next year they win a series. So, but y'all, OKC, how do y'all feel?
I want a Shea caption, so I'm gonna choose OKC. Because that one today was crazy.
Shea caption today was crazy.
I just think Minnesota got too much hype because that's what killed them early in the game. Yesterday was JV had 10 and 10 the first half. And I think hopefully Cat plays aggressive. No, hopefully Rudy plays aggressive, and they
asking for a lot.
OKC not super big, so
not even play.
Yeah, he said he would have missed the Lakers game anyway because of back spasms, which I really don't believe.
Shout out to back spasms.
I think he trying to say the GM.
Shout out to back spasms. So, all right. So switching gears for half a second because it's so much basketball on this schedule. I do want to ask, did y'all listen to any new music real quick?
Yeah, Rio the Young OG. Free him.
Okay.
Some super hood nigga trap music, bro.
Okay.
It's crazy.
I bet it is. I'm not going to say it's
I was about to say that name sound like it is.
Listen, he rap exactly how it's. I mean, I was listening to it earlier. Crazy, aggressive street nigga music.
Barry, you heard anything over the weekend you like?
I like the new Currency project.
I do too. I like that.
I don't think I heard anything.
I like that
new.
project a lot.
Even though I hate his radio songs, Drake just don't miss sometimes, man.
Oh yeah, Drake.
Oh yeah. Okay, there we
Drake
go.
song was
Yeah.
cool.
I didn't see like 5 women use his captions, so it's like, you know what?
Is that an AI generated song? Did y'all see that?
No, that's funny. That actually leads me into what I actually wanted to talk about was this AI shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's an issue.
Awful.
I think you put it perfectly today. What is the point in this? Like, where are we going with this? Like,
I was really sitting at the crib, and I was watching. I've been watching Futurama the last couple of weeks, and like it's a show set in the future. But I was so I've been thinking about like where technology is going, and I was thinking like what is the goal for this AI shit, bro? Because if we're putting all this effort into this AI shit just so it could do half the work a human do, that's a waste of time. Like, I don't understand why technology not making life easier no more. Like, I still don't got real allergy medicine that work. Focus on that shit. Like, they were like, you can talk to GPT now. Well, I wasn't before. Like, why are we talking? What is there to talk about with this robot? Like, I'll Google it,
I still don't know who that is.
So, listen, if you're in school and you need something written for you, like, write an essay about this or write a text about this.
So it's just making people stupider.
And that's the point. So for a long time, technology was to make people smart, make us more efficient. And we've kind of plateaued to where it's like, we're about as smart as niggas are going to get, and information is so easily out everywhere. We think we're smarter than we are, so we're actually getting dumber every year. And the more we make shit to make us dumb, like, we're just going to become dumber as a people. And that is actually happening right now, where the average American is dumber than they used to be. But in music, it's so annoying because, well, like, first, why is only niggas? Why is only rappers?
Hello.
What? Ain't nobody want to hear AI Taylor Swift song?
Hello.
Ain't nobody want to hear AI, somebody else.
They know who to try it with.
Hello.
But it's so... AI art just in general is so off-putting because it's just the antithesis of art. It's so soulless. There's nothing in it. Like, art is created from, like, wanting to create, having the need to create. And you see some AI shit, it's just so ass. Like,
it takes away from the texture of the music.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then
That's
to
a
me,
perfect
like,
idea.
people... So, like, people already... I don't know what percentage of people, but, there's people out there who already believe stuff without, like, fact-checking it or doing, like, prior research,
that
bro.
number's a lot higher than you think it is.
Yeah, like, I don't know the exact percentage, but, like, it's a lot of people that already was doing that before this, bro.
Yeah.
Why are we putting it in the music, bro? Like...
The music is so annoying because it's so many ways to share music now. It never has to officially come out.
I guess it gives us that what if dream collaboration, but we don't really need
But
that.
who wants that if it's not real?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
That's my whole thing.
like, it's so weird hearing an AI Kanye.
'Cause to me,
talk
once I
about
figure out it-
mom. Like,
What
that
is
shit is
wrong with you?
crazy.
Dog.
What is wrong with you?
It's really crazy.
That's crazy, bruh. It
Listen,
takes
bro.
away from, like you said, the
Authenticity.
Thank you. Of the art, and that's the most important thing in art, is it being authentic. And so the reason I think it may not be an issue is because the masses feel what we feel, and it's like, I ain't finna listen to no AI generated Lil Wayne
that's
album.
weird,
I'm not
actually.
listening to that.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to no AI generated Kanye album because you're not gonna be able to make the music sound like Kanye does.
Exactly.
I don't care what you do; it's not going to have that texture, like
That's
Barry just said.
And that's my point, bro. Like, niggas put hours, like, I don't want to say hours. Let's say niggas put years into building this chat GPT shit for it still to be stupid. Like, what are we building this for? It's so many regular problems niggas still have.
Yes.
Like, why does traffic still exist? Put some bread into that shit. Come on. Like, there's so many ways to get around. Put some bread into things that make sense, bro. Like, it's so
Lazy.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's so lazy because I told you this before. When we was in college, I remember thinking, "Damn, y'all niggas kind of stupid." Like, I want to go to my doctor and be like, "Yeah, I just had Quizlet." Like, 10 years from now, you go to a doctor, the nigga had Chat GPT. You don't know shit either. Like, nobody know. Like, when the last time you talked to a person and they really knew some shit that they was talking about? Like, don't nobody know nothing no more.
Hey, bro, that's a very important question.
Yo.
Y'all go look around. Outside of your friends that you respect and actually know something,
Right.
Go talk to humans and see if they actually know what the fuck
Man.
they're saying. Go see if they make sense or if it's just the internet.
Bro, so niggas
Like
will say shit that
90% of the people, it's just the internet in their head, bro.
it has-
Every time.
Niggas don't know nothing about what they talking about, bro. And it won't even. it don't even be about like I understand like if niggas are you're not deep into politics or foreign affairs or money or anything. Niggas don't know shit about that going on in the U.S. Like
They don't know nothing.
niggas don't know shit that go on up the street, bro.
Bro, next time you talking to somebody and you realize he not making sense, just say, "What do you mean by that?
Yo, like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I ask niggas that all the time. Like,
How did you get from A to B?
Yo, niggas is like you see it in sports so much because so many arguments in sports are like fallacies. Niggas like, well, we shouldn't let the Cleveland Browns decide what the market is. Well, that's not the way markets work. Like, that's just not the way. We don't pick and choose, nigga. Like, we don't. That's not how markets work. Niggas don't go, well, that was the Bengals, so we not gonna pay that price. No, nigga, the price is the price. Like if you want to argue, it shouldn't be that way. Fine, but this is the way it is, nigga. I hate that shit. And this, I tweeted this a couple years ago. We started going downhill when words stopped meaning things. When niggas could be like, this is what this means to me, that's when niggas started to separate. Because what is it in the dictionary? My nigga, like, what's the meaning of the word, bro? You go over too. But, like, what is it? What does it say when you Google the word? Niggas be like, yeah, this don't mean that to me. Well, when I said it, I meant it to, like, the English language.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So, also, I didn't shout out. Ray Sherman dropped a crazy album.
I listened to that.
That's what I forgot to listen to.
That's a great album.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
They are back.
Yeah. That Thug song's crazy. Free Thug, man.
They have the slot. I have music right here. What is that song?
Future slid on his verse too. Shout out to Future.
Shout out to Future always, every single episode.
Good stand flip.
Flaunt it and cheat. That song number 8. That song is crazy. So yeah, it's a couple crazy samples. That Eminem sample was crazy. Shout out to them. It was great to hear them. I think this album is gonna age during the summer very well. It sounds like a summer album.
This is always the best time for them to drop.
Yes,
like, right before the summer.
Yes. So yeah, I shout out to them. And Daniel Caesar dropped an amazing project. I haven't really grasped it all, but I heard the project was incredible.
I might listen to it today. I'm going through some shit with this.
That project, I heard that project is really, really great. Yeah. All right. So, I want to ask this before we get into the playoffs. As the number 1 seed Nuggets, number 1 seed Bucks, how do you feel? I know you've seen this. How do you feel about number 1 seeds being able to pick who they play in the playoffs?
Right.
Like, do you think that's fair?
So, this is so funny.
Because you got the number 1 seed, and the play-in exists now.
Yeah.
So now you don't even know who you play, and you kind of at a disadvantage because the Warriors and Kings been at a week. We've been watching film all week. The Nuggets got 2 days to decide to watch film. So, how do you feel about being able to pick
because in the NFL, I believe you should.
I do too.
But in the NBA, I don't think so.
Okay.
And I think, it's crazy because I'm usually not this guy. But it's been this way for so long, I just don't think it's right. Cause I think, bro, I really like the old NBA playoffs where you draw who you draw.
Okay.
If it's a bad matchup for you, you the 1 seed. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't be no bad matchup. And listen, this coming from Spurs fan. Mm-hmm. We got sent home by AC.
Sure did.
So we done been on both sides of it. But I think you leave yourself open more for having the audacity to be like, oh yeah, we want to play those niggas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because nobody want to be the first team to lose. Mm-hmm. The first team that be like, oh yeah, we want to play them and get sent home. Nobody will want to do it anymore.
They had the committee that summer.
Yeah,
bro, change this.
To answer my own question, I don't think you should because you got 7 games to beat somebody.
Right.
That's the only reason. And that's why I agree with you in the NFL. I think if you got the best records, you get to buy. You should pick who you play after this.
Facts, yeah.
You should get to pick. But with the NBA, you got 7 games to beat them niggas.
Bro.
And they the AC for a fucking reason. Dog.
Literally.
Whether they were in the play or not, they the AC. You the 1 seed, prove it. Like, I promise you, Giannis don't give a fuck who he playing.
Yeah,
so,
them niggas playing their heart out to get sent home at 5 in my.
Oh God,
Giannis love basketball so much he might actually play 2 seed.
Giannis love to grind so much he gonna play 2 first-round series. Like skip the play-in, give us both.
Can we be in the play-in too?
Can we be in the play-in too?
Nah, fuck it. Give me the best team in the West right now.
Now that is the real question. I think it should be unconferenced. If we're gonna do all this shit, we're gonna add the play-in or mid-season
tournament,
unconference to playoffs. If niggas are getting rid of tradition, unconference to playoffs. Because first, it don't make no sense anyway. Shout out to the Pelicans for losing. Y'all not a West Coast team. So is that an unfair home court advantage that niggas gotta fly from LA to fucking New Orleans? Low key.
I was about to say Memphis not a like they shouldn't. Memphis is only there because they were in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So
it don't make no sense, and all these teams have private jets. If like the travel is like flying, but you're not flying public anymore. Like back when it was, we had East and West.
You are the best planes in the world.
Yeah,
like,
bro. Give me the 16 best teams. It makes the play-in tournament makes a lot more sense. First of all,
now it does, yes.
Because the ass teams at the bottom of like the Eastern Conference, the Bulls, the Raptors, they wouldn't have been on there. The teams who actually deserve it, like if it's 10 playoff teams in the West, fuck it.
Yes.
10 playoff teams out the West.
Yes.
Niggas want to get rid of all NBA, let the best players play. Let the best players play.
Exactly. I agree with that. But how do y'all feel about picking who you play?
I think y'all both have valid points. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but like Ish said, like you don't want to be the first. You don't want to be like hypothetically, you don't want to be the Bucks, and then you pick who will be eighth. Atlanta. No. Whoever wins tomorrow. So let's just hypothetically, let's say the Bulls.
Yeah.
The Bulls not gonna beat them, but let's just say like in a dream scenario,
Listen,
the Bulls knocked them off.
Sprained an ankle.
Yeah,
like in a hypothetical scenario, the Bulls knock you off. Now it's like like it's gonna be the same thing like it was in the NFL. Like they complained to get that pass interference review, and then they tried it out for a year, it didn't work. Now it's like we don't want this anymore.
I hate Saints fans.
Shout out Saints fans.
Listen, in my mind, it didn't matter because like
first of all,
they could have won the game. I think
no. It doesn't matter to me because he was gonna throw a pick anyway. Like that was a pick. If Nicole Roby Coleman turns around, rip, like easy, bro. That's why the play never mattered to me because if anything, Drew Brees got saved, bro. Like you almost threw a Stevie and pissed your pants from the world.
Listen, this is why it didn't matter to me because y'all cheated versus Brett Favre. Fuck it. Shout out Brett Favre. Listen, we can't shout.
I was about to say, don't do that.
Listen, okay. Shout out Adrian. Oh, never mind. We can't.
Listen, you can say Brett Favre got cheated, but also Brett Favre's an idiot.
Shout out That is one of the. I used to love that Vikings.
Brett Favre CTE kicked in too.
Shout out to Barry.
I never forget that call.
Right, man.
Listen, Brett Favre CTE kicked in too, so I don't know if we can say he got cheated. Like. No, you remember the call? Why would you even ponder passing? Because why would you? You got the game in your hands.
I do remember that. But after an ass whooping they put on him like that, like you were trying to end that nigga career. I don't know what I would have been doing in that pocket. The fact that he's still running them plays is a credit to how crazy that nigga really is, bro. Because I wouldn't have been doing. I've never seen a quarterback get hit like that.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Brett Favre used to get hit without the chin strap on, bro. Like it's crazy. And the chin straps was already like back then. They wasn't like
awful.
Like thin chin straps.
They used to knock that nigga chin strap loose,
bro. He would be bumping it up, and he got a shoulder pad hanging out his jersey. Like, nigga, what happened to you?
I don't know how
you play quarterback.
It's horrible.
Fam, the QB chin straps back then, as opposed to everybody else's chin strap, they had the white.
Aaron Rodgers still in
like, I don't know why.
Not Brady, nigga.
Brady got a rebel.
Brady got a lineman.
Some people smartened up.
That nigga trying to see his kids, bro. He got a lineman helmet on.
Hey, listen. I don't know if it's gonna help, but Tua better put on that new helmet next year.
That new helmet is crazy. Listen, shout out to whoever made it, but it's just only so much we can do. Like, he's still gonna get thrown.
Yo, they say he was taking class to learn how to fall. I said, bro, like, I don't know, bro. Like, you might just need to stop. You might just need to be a motivational speaker, man.
As long as he's that size, D lineman gonna toss him. I don't care how well you learn how to fall.
And it'd be routine hits too. Like
he's just
the one in the Bengals was so crazy because he got wrapped up and like put on the ground, bro. Like you couldn't have put him down there any softer.
When you're that small, even if you learn how to fall, it's like grabbing a kid. Like you grab your niece, they don't have any control about what's gonna happen. You grab Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Mahomes, some of these bigger guys, they can leverage their own weight to fall a certain way. Tua, you just along for the ride. You just hope this nigga don't fall the wrong way on you. For real.
That's a fact.
All right, so we're gonna pick the 2 playing games and then pick all of the series and then talk about the series after. Just pick them first.
Right.
So, first playing game tomorrow night, Bulls Heat. Who do you have?
Give me the Bulls.
All right, Barry.
Bulls.
I'm gonna take the Bulls.
I'm going Bulls too. Next playing game, Thunder Timberwolves. Who do you have tomorrow night?
Timberwolves.
Fuck it, OKC.
I was about to say I'm gonna go OKC. They're not as big as Minnesota, but I'm gonna go OKC.
I'm gonna go Timberwolves because I think Ant is gonna redeem himself. All right, playoff series. Since you side guys said the Bulls is gonna win, we'll go Bucks Bulls. Number 1 versus 8 seed. Who do you have winning that series? How many games?
Bucks in 3.
That's a great pick. That's a great pick.
No, like after game 3, it's over. Teams good. Hey, we'll talk about it later. Go ahead.
Bucks in 4.
That's crazy. They matched up first round last year. Can't remember if we went 6, but I got Bucks 5.
I got
Bucks in 5.
I got Bucks in. I'll have to go 5. I'll be nice. Celtics Hawks. Who do you got? How many games?
Celtics at 7.
I like that.
Celtics in 6. 5.
Okay.
Celtics in 6.
I'm going to go Celtics in 6. I trust Trae Young to give me 2 games. 76ers, Nets. I'll start 4. I got 4-0 76. I don't think the Nets win a game.
I'm going to go 4-2 the next ass. But
They're not a good team.
I really wish
Shout out Mikal Bridges.
I really wish they could beat the 76ers. They just don't got it.
Nah. Chris?
You not gonna do it, so I'm gonna do it. I love the hate. I love the hate. I got the Nets in 7.
Okay. No, you don't. Barry?
I got Philly in 5. Let me get a Mikal Bridges classic game.
Okay.
Chris got a Mikal Bridges Classic series.
Cavs, Knicks. Cavs, Knicks. Who you got?
Cavs in 4.
Cavs in 6.
Cavs in 6.
Well, is Randall's not playing, right?
He's
No,
not.
he's playing. He's playing.
I thought he was out. Well, he was questionable at least, I think.
No, he's definitely playing. Has been hurt. You're right about that, but I'm pretty sure I don't think he's out of this series.
Hold on, that might change my
Okay,
answer.
if he plays, then I'll say in 6 if he plays. Because I was under the assumption that he wasn't.
I'm gonna
Oh
give him
no,
6.
he still hasn't been cleared for contact.
Oh
I did
my
not know
God.
that. Okay.
Oh, no, Cavs in 5.
Yeah. Okay. So no Julius Randle. I got Cavs in 4. Julius
Yeah,
Randle. I
Cavs
got
in 4.
Cavs.
They're talking about Obi
Cavs
Toppin
in 6.
taking a bigger role.
Oh yeah, Cavs in 4. Cavs
okay.
in 4.
Yeah, no.
Cavs
Okay,
in 4.
so switching to the Western Conference series, we'll go with 2 picks. We'll go Timberwolves winning. So Timberwolves, Nuggets. Who wins? How many games?
I'm going to go to Nuggets in 6.
Okay,
Nuggets in 7.
Nuggets in 5.
I'm going Timberwolves in 7. With that first round series, I'm going Timberwolves in 7. I think Ant attack Jokic with his life depend on it. 2-7 Grizzlies, Lakers. Very excited to talk about the series in a few minutes. Who you got?
I'm going to go Grizz in 6.
Okay.
Lakers in 7.
Lakers in 7.
I'm going to go Grizzlies in 6. If it goes 7, I have the Lakers though. But I'm going to go Grizzlies in 6. Kings, Warriors. Who you got?
Warriors in 5.
Warriors in 5.
I'm gonna get the Kings 2 games.
I got
So
Warriors in
Kings.
5.
I mean Warriors in 6.
Okay, I got Warriors in 5 and Suns Clippers. Oh, I can't wait for the series to start. Suns Clippers. Who y'all got? Put it in my veins. On God.
Listen to me. I said this a couple days ago on Twitter. I advise the Suns to get that series over with quickly because if Paul George come back,
He don't even got to come back.
Listen,
he doesn't. But if Paul George come back and you was already struggling with them,
Okay, hold on.
I got-
pick.
okay. So give me
That's the first one.
give me the Suns in 6.
Okay.
I can't pick against KD. Give me Suns in 6. I just can't. I'm not going to.
Do it.
Clippers in 6.
Thank you. I cannot pick against KD.
Okay.
So I am going Phoenix in 7. But my God, they better win that series.
Paul-
Boy,
listen
you
to me,
cannot
bro.
go home back to back.
If you're struggling with them and Paul George comes back, bro, I don't know. That's why I went on that long tangent.
No, we good. We can go there. That's the series we'll start with. Suns Clippers. How we feeling? What we feeling? Man, it's gonna be one of them ones, bro. It really is.
So pressure is an interesting thing in the NBA because the pressure on a player or a series can wildly swing even by the day. So with that being said, the Suns better win game 1. Boy, if the Suns lose game 1,
Right.
Do you think the pressure's on anybody in particular though? Because me personally, I don't think it's on KD.
no, it's on KD and Devin Booker.
Yeah.
I think it's on Book more so than KD, bro.
I think it's on
This is
KD.
why it's on KD. You were the only nigga to get swept last year. You were in all the playoffs.
Lastly, another thing, you're Kevin Durant.
You're also Kevin fucking Durant. Like,
Yes. So
But say
I
you,
put all
he
of
did
us-
single-handedly basically make them a championship
this
team. So
is
Exactly.
why the pressure is really on KD. But of course, he's Kevin Durant, so I don't think he'll succumb to the pressure or be worried about it or even care what I'm about to say. But first, you go home in the first round. If you go home in the first round, they'll play Steph. next, who will be continuing to when y'all divorce, and you'll also be sent home by Westbrook, who would also be able to say, yeah, you wanted a divorce, but next time I saw you, I got in that ass for real, sent you home. So this all, and listen, it's your like third, fourth stop. You know, you've been bouncing around a little, and you have not done anything since you left Golden State.
Yes.
You know, and I don't want it to end up this way, but as we said this a couple years ago, as time moves forward, if Kevin Durant can't figure this out, he got to wear, I made the worst decision in probably sports history. Because that's what he's facing right now.
Yeah.
Because he is still trying to get to where he left. So if you're Kevin Durant, y'all can't lose this first round series, especially because they don't got PG.
I just don't think KD really. I don't want to see care that
No,
much.
he don't care. No.
Yeah, like he don't like.
No. Yeah, so he definitely don't care. Like,
Yeah, he like as far as the legacy stuff, like he ain't never.
No, he don't care. But that's just for stuff.
Because like last year he was playing 40 minutes every game.
Yeah.
But like we was talking to you last week. It's shit. Hey, it's gonna be all fun and games. Took a while to miss a shot in the fourth quarter.
No, but that's my thing, man. That's my thing. And niggas, this why I feel I'm worried for KD because I know he don't care. But the last 2 weeks, niggas been doing. Why aren't teams running from the Suns? They don't want to play the Suns. We don't want to play. Should we rest? Should they play? What y'all think Kawhi at home thinking reading that? Like, nigga, I'm Kawhi Leonard, nigga. Like, y'all don't know how I'm body, nigga.
Come on, man.
You don't want to see me, nigga.
That's the matchup I want to see for. Like that's really what I'm tapped in for. Like Kawhi and KD.
And that's
I'm so sad PG is hurt.
And this is my question.
Man,
Who's guarding Kawhi?
Thank you.
Is
who's
it
that
Devin
starting
Booker?
lineup?
Thank you.
Is it Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant go sit in that
You
chair?
probably have to put KD in front of him just because he's the biggest body in that lineup besides Ayton, and you know Ayton can't do it because
And
he
the
has to
thing
guard.
is, Kevin Durant, Lord love him. He ain't nowhere near strong enough.
No, that's fair. He's
So-
not stronger.
I think they started Josh on him, Josh Okogie. I think they started.
Oh, he's starting,
him on
right?
Kawhi.
Okay, yeah.
And
Beautiful.
I do think Kawhi ends that, KD ends that game guarding him every game. I don't think this ain't not 2008 no more.
Who I
There's no
love
more
playoff
Kobe and
basketball.
Dwayne Wade.
Man.
I was running around, so it's not going to be a 48-minute thing.
Right.
But I do think in the fourth quarter, KD to take that matchup and vice versa. Kawhi guard KD in the fourth.
And
Hey, man.
I can't wait for this series to start. And I know this is literally what she's about to say, but I can't wait to see what Westbrook finna do. Chris Paul. Boy, I cannot wait.
I was about to say Russ got a chance to like do something crazy.
Brody, listen, Brody, I need 5 games. Give me 5 games.
Listen, bro.
And you don't got to be 30, 10, 10 like you used to be. You give me 20 and 10 on Chris Paul.
And that's been his game recently.
And I can make the argument. Westbrook.
But-
You can be 2 in this era. I just
Who
need you to
is-
fight for me.
Who is the Clippers starting shooting guard without with PG gone?
It could be Norman Powell. They're saying
Norman
he
Powell-
might start
Norman Powell,
Terrence
Terrence
Mann.
Okay, so no matchup favors Chris Paul, but honestly speaking, they're probably gonna try to give the whole let Westbrook shoot thing happen, see what happens. But
See, but that's the
if it
thing.
trends that way, I think they put Book on him. Book's not an elite defender, like he's an improved defender, but like nothing crazy. I think that's where they go with
So
it.
this is why the Suns are so worrisome, and it's hard to really pick the series because their lack of depth is so concerning in the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs. Because your stars, because they don't have this depth, need to play defense too. Like I don't want to put Book on Westbrook. He pick up 2 cheap fouls trying to stop Westbrook from going coast to coast for the next 8 minutes. Now I gotta sit him for the half. Or KD in the same thing. They don't have a rim protector. KD got to rotate to protect the rim the whole game. One call don't go his way. Now he got 2 fouls in the second quarter. I got to sit him down.
Ours DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Same thing. So
Shout out campaign.
if shout out campaign. If Paul George was in the series, I would be picking the Clippers. I don't think KD loses this series. I cannot see it happening, but golly, I fucking can. The Suns don't have any depth. That's a very important point, and I hate when people. Never mind, I don't. Twitter's stupid, but on Twitter they be like, why do y'all keep talking about the Suns' depth? I don't want to hear about that anymore. And it's like, bro, do y'all not understand how important like 4-minute stretches are in basketball? How important it is to close a first quarter when you have your bench, not to give up a lead or not to let a lead go from 5 to 12 or something like that in a playoff game? Every one of those possessions is going to matter. One, I think they have advantage coaching. I think Ty Lue is a better coach than Monty Williams, and Ty Lue has been in more big games than Monty Williams has. And Ty Lue Williams coached LeBron James and Kyrie Irving and one of the probably 10 best teams we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And he had them looking unstoppable.
Yep.
So I think they have the coaching advantage. Shout out to Monty Williams. You are a dog. I do like him. Yeah. But I think Ty Lue is going to have a little bit of advantage. I think they'll be a little bit more prepared than Phoenix was. And I think the one thing why this matchup is such a hard matchup for Phoenix is because the one thing that you have in Phoenix is two guards. Well, KD's not a guard, but you know what I'm saying. Two wings that can go get you 30 a night on 80% shooting right there. Mm-hmm. But we have 7 wing defenders on this team. So we can just keep rotating bodies. We can be physical. We can use all our fouls. Your issue is your defense. Chris Paul cannot guard anybody. You're trying to find a matchup for him. It's not one. He does not have a matchup. We're going to expose Chris Paul, and that's going to be an issue in this series because if Chris Paul isn't in this game, then you have Cam Payne running your offense or you have Kevin Durant running your offense. And we saw last year what Kevin Durant running the offense looks like. No offense to KD. It's just too much to ask him to do.
Right.
Maybe
especially
it's not
at this stage.
Exactly. Maybe it's not as much with Book. Maybe it's not as bad with Book there, but it's still going to be an issue. So it's going to be a very hard series for the Suns to win, which is why I have it going 7 games, because I think it's a game where we see, oh, he did this game. All right, now they're doing this because they did this. It's a some playoff series, you just watching them just out there playing basketball. Yeah. Some of them, they really scheme and change the shit game to game, and I think it's going to be one of those series. And lastly, KD is not, I would say KD is better than Kawhi, but it's like this. Like, it's not a gap between them. It's just KD is 7 feet tall.
Yeah. So, I was about to say, I've never seen a game where like Kawhi like really locked him down. Like it'll be a couple good possessions, but like KD still gonna get his. It's just gonna be like way more difficult.
I'm so glad you said that because this is a perfect segue into what I think Tyronn Lue is gonna do. So that's Kevin Durant,
of course.
So let's put Kawhi on D-Book. Let's put Kawhi on D-Book.
Okay.
And KD, you get 35. I'm just gonna get 35. But D-Book, the other person who has to score, because you don't have Cam Johnson, you don't have Mikal Bridges, so both of them need to be 25 plus. Let's see if we can just choke Devin Booker out, because he's not getting to the free throw line. We know that.
Yes.
And another thing the Suns are going to have, which is why I don't expect him to go super far, even with the star depth, is because their lineups, like they go small or they go big, are not that big of a difference because nobody's worried about DeAndre Ayton posting up. So the Clippers can run these 5 perimeter defender lineups with Nicholas Batum pretending to be a center because, okay, what's DeAndre Ayton going to do? Like, they're damn near the same size, and he has a low motor anyway. Yes. So I think you could pull him away from the rim and really take advantage of, all right, we space this out. Chris Paul, you can't stand in front of nobody.
Damn sure ain't stand in front of Westbrook. Westbrook walk right to the hole.
Yo, like, so I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities. And shout out to Westbrook. When he first got to the Clippers, I said it as soon as he got there, he's going to make all the others better. And I can't wait for it to happen. It's going to be multiple games this series. You're going to be like, man, why is Zubac outplaying DeAndre Ayton? Because he's going to have.
That was going to be my matchup of the series.
Listen, man.
He's going to have 12 and 15. And it's like, man, how does he have a double-double? It's going to be 4 dunks, 4 free throws.
From Westbrook.
It's going to be gravy.
Listen. Ayton's probably, outside of Book and KD, he's going to be the most important person for the Suns. Like, as far as, like what are you going to – Ayton, far outside of Book and KD, he's going to be, like, the most important person for the Suns in terms of, like, what are we going to get from him? If they can get 2021 DeAndre Ayton, bro, from that playoff run, they'll be perfectly fine.
Which, listen, salute to him. I don't know. Listen, the pre-contract season, we kind of got you got to take it with a grain of salt because sometimes they keep doing it, sometimes they don't. But to his credit, in the first 3 rounds, he was playing like a top 3 center in the league.
Dog, like it was numbers up there with like Hakeem.
No, it's so funny. I looked at it earlier today because somebody was talking about that Suns team, and they were like they got to the finals with just 1 scorer, Devin Booker. DeAndre Ayton was the first player to I think have 4 games of 15, 10, shooting 70% from the field.
Damn.
Like in a row of the playoffs.
Like he would like
his first 4 games of the playoffs. He was the first person ever to do it 4 games in a row. Wow, like it's crazy numbers.
Yeah,
if you looked at only what he did them first 3 rounds, like you would have thought he was a generation.
I'd have given him a max too. Yeah, I'd have given him a max.
But lastly, Westbrook is the most important player in this series to me, and the reason being is. He can put so much pressure on Ayton, and you brought this point up already. Getting one of them in foul, KD or Ayton in foul trouble takes away so much rim protection. It's going to give Kawhi so much room to operate. It's going to be like is going to really hurt Phoenix.
Right.
So, also, another one of our points earlier, Westbrook being able to get everybody involved and not having Kawhi on ball is going to conserve so much energy. So in the fourth quarter, he can really dig into KD, he can really dig in the book, and he can go down and score because he only got the ball to take his 2 dribble pull-ups.
Right.
So, and another thing about Kawhi that you love, and if you listen to all the great scorers talk, they talk about this. Kawhi does not exert a lot of energy to score the ball.
Right.
That's very important as a scorer when you get into these the Kyrie combo. It's exhausting to score the ball like that.
Exactly.
Kawhi is a double between the legs on pull up, a turnaround jumper, 1 dribble pull up. Those buckets don't exert a lot of energy, and he's efficient as they get.
Exactly.
So Westbrook being able to get all of these other shooters involved, so they're hot in the fourth quarter, they're ready to go in the fourth quarter. The energy is going to be right around him and everything. Him attacking the rim at force, because I know Tyronn Lue is going to tell him. That was what I wanted to say too. The Chris Paul thing, the little sagging off that shit not going to work because I can just run past you. I can just run past you.
Chris Paul's not big enough for him to do that, so he would have to.
So Draymond can do that to Russ because Draymond is Draymond. Chris Paul cannot do that.
Exactly.
So it's a tough matchup for the series, but the Clippers don't have Kevin.
Well, and there's another man. I'm so happy I can't wait to see Chris Paul struggle. But lastly, we talked about this a couple weeks ago when the idea was in the ether of the series, and I brought up the Olympics, man. And Westbrook is such a unique player in this way because we've been shitting on Burks for years. I'm glad we can talk about the stuff he does well now. Mm-hmm. Westbrook is one of the few players you can really say in the league right now who looks like he has an unlimited amount of energy.
Yes.
He's on the he's on the Giannis, Steph. It looked like he's never tired. Mm-hmm. So it's not that tough of a task for Tyronn Lue to challenge Westbrook to press Chris Paul 7 games. However long this series go, make him take 6-7 seconds to cross half court. Exhaust. He's 43 million years old. Press him every play, make him dribble with his left hand, and watch how that changes their offense because it already will be an isolation-heavy offense. Mm-hmm. With all because Bridges, one of their best cutters, Cam Johnson, one of their best cutters, gone from the offense, and you replaced him with Kevin Durant, who is not going to cut at the same way, but he'll still space out and be open. So,
all right, and then 2 more points. One, Phoenix does not have a lot of shooters. So if you can get them one-on-one and that double comes and you can get the ball out of KD hand, I mean, sure. All right, Josh Okogie beat us. Please.
Listen,
go ahead.
Damian Lee going to hit 5 threes.
And
live with it.
Damian Lee hit 5 threes. All right, we'll live with that. Lastly, the point of a playoff series in basketball is to make you make the first adjustment. Mm-hmm. Make you uncomfortable. I got to make you uncomfortable first so you can do what you did not want to do to begin with. I think the Clippers make Phoenix do that first, and that's how the Clippers gain an advantage in the series. All right, so we'll go to the East real quick. 4-5, Cavs, Knicks. Not too much to say on that, especially if Julius Randle don't play.
Yeah.
That's over with.
Shout out Evan Mobley. Snuck in there, one defensive player of the year.
The votes,
he has the most votes.
Yeah, no, he's going to win defense.
I think he's about to win this shit. And that's surprising. I did not think he would.
So I didn't know Jaren
really
Jackson only plays like 28 minutes a game.
Yeah, he does.
He does always in fouls. He's always in foul
They say
trouble.
he's in foul trouble all the time. They're not.
No, but
he's
like
in foul
20, fam, 28 minutes is
Yes.
nothing.
He does not. He's in foul trouble all the time.
So he's
bro.
a 6 man.
Literally,
Yeah.
6 man, bro.
Might as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. And the minute I heard, I was like, yeah, he's not defensive player of the year, nigga. Like,
So yeah, Cavs, Knicks. Anything? What are you looking for in the Cavs to make you believe they can go to the conference finals? That's what I actually.
this is a classic one. Closing quarters.
Got you.
Because they are a young team, and this is their first real trying to be deep playoff run. What's it? Ricky Rubio, Donovan Mitchell, players that have been in playoff series before, need to make sure they're building the right habits. Mm-hmm. So that this is our first playoff series. There's gonna be 16 quarters. We need to close 12, 13 of them well, because if we're gonna go on to the next round, everyone we play after this team will be a championship level team.
Right.
Whether it's 76ers, Boston, Milwaukee, if we make it through that gauntlet, it'll literally be the finals.
Yes. So
they need to build these, because they don't have these habits now. That first round, you need to see solid habits. You want to make sure that they're not getting too emotional. And everything I've seen from this Cavs team, I think they will do that. But you really don't know until the playoffs, so you got to make sure they're starting and ending quarter as well.
Y'all two Cavs. What do you want to see from the Cavs to make you believe in them?
So I'm gonna pull out a cliche, and I hear like Shaq and Kenny say this all the time. Like, good teams beat who they supposed to beat. Like, if Julius Randle not gonna play, like this,
4 or 5 games.
Yeah, like you should be out of there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't give Julius Randle a chance to come back. Same thing I've been saying with Paul George and the Clippers. Like, good teams beat who they supposed to beat. Jalen Brunson not gonna beat you on his back, and if he do, like, hats off to him, bro.
Shout out Jalen Brunson because the New York media takes some crazy shit about Jalen.
You would think that in the top 2.
Fam, I was watching Coward. They was talking about Luka. It was like, yeah, Brunson left New York. Brunson left New York, and people think he should be an MVP. I was like, hold the fuck, who the hell said they not even the best nigga on his team? Like,
Man.
we try. Go ahead.
I would say ever since the Donovan Mitchell trade happened, it was going to be Kadarius and Donovan. Could they guard? So I'm interested to see how well they play defense this series.
That's good.
Thank you. That was my point. My question was a perimeter defense.
Oh, yeah.
I know interior we're going to be great, but if you're letting people, trust me, I watched this all year with the Warriors in a row. If you're letting people walk in the lane, wide open threes are going to happen, and there's nothing you can do about a wide open three. So that's my question: is how do they guard the perimeter? I love the closing quarter points, but I think where I do think and why I agree with you in saying that they'll figure that out is because of the experience of Donovan Mitchell mixed with just the natural excellent point guard player Darius Garland.
Exactly.
I think those two communicating will be like, hey, in this situation, this, blah, blah, blah. And they have a great coach. Yeah. So I think closing quarters, they'll get that under control. That is a very important point. But I need to see their perimeter defense being able to stay in front of somebody. And when you're sending somebody to the hole, it's 4 seconds left on the shot clock or something like that.
And especially Garland more so than Mitchell because Mitchell's played so good defense all year. Garland, because he's played good defense too all year, especially sound defense, but especially this first playoff series, and we'll talk about this later with the Warriors, I got to see playoff defense decide.
Yes.
Because that is what it's going to take every single round moving forward. Like, I really want to see them try to, as they've been the best defense in the league, try to really suffocate the Knicks.
100%.
Yeah. But I think it's just be a pretty quick series.
All right, so back to the West. 3-6. Sacramento Warriors. Both we all picked the Warriors in 5, I believe. You said 6.
Yeah.
So this has been real funny to watch Sacramento fans be excited and be like, we're gonna beat them and we're gonna beat them, and it's just like people are like, you don't understand like what playoff basketball is because you haven't seen it. And it's like we've been better than them all year, and it's like, bro, like it's just not the same.
So game 1 is gonna be so important. And I'm thinking about this last. Game 1 is gonna be even more than the Suns and the Clippers or any other series. This Warriors game 1 is gonna be so important for the entire NBA. Because if these niggas come out and for real play defense, I'm gonna be pissed. Do you know how mad the Kings are gonna be? Listen, Wiggins coming back, he playing 20 minutes. The Warriors ain't cared about defense all season. And in game 1, they come out and punch these. And the reason it's so important for the rest of the league to look at is because of the load management shit. And let me tie this back in. So the thing niggas are saying about the Warriors right now is, we're one of the worst road teams. They only been good all season. This, that, and the third. And what Warriors fans are is like, man, they've been doing this 9-10 years. Yeah, about 9-10 years now. They can just flip the switch. And it's a big debate whether or not teams can flip the switch. If Golden State comes out game 1 and really puts it to the Kings, I think the entire NBA is going to be like, okay, see, we told y'all niggas, like, you can really flip a switch. We don't need y'all to play all these games. Be back when you need to be back, be healthy, and we'll kind of figure it out. So I think especially those first 12 minutes, I'm looking to see how Draymond plays, how Poole is going to play, and how Steve is going to manage the matchups in the first quarter.
Okay.
But I think so who do y'all think wins game 1?
So you're right.
Yeah.
This game 1 might be the most important game 1 in the playoffs. I would argue maybe that Suns and Clippers is a little bit more important because the Clippers win game 1. It's real scary. But so the energy in that arena is going to be deafening. is going to be madness, literal madness.
God, King's Muse said, "Does anybody know where we can mass order cowbells?" I don't know if niggas saw that tweet. Does any vendor out there know where we can mass order cowbells? And I was like, man, that would be the most annoying shit I've ever seen in a basketball
Oh God. So I don't even know if you can bring cowbells in the arena.
Yes,
you
you
can.
can.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
I
They
didn't
used
know
to
that.
do it in Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Shout out Pacers, by the way.
The Warriors. I do think they have the ability to turn it on. And the only reason I think they have the ability to turn it on is because they've shown it that they can. But something that is very interesting about this series is Sacramento and Golden State are 90 miles away from each other.
Yeah.
That last Kings game they played, there are a lot of Warriors fans in there. So do you have that home court advantage? Are a lot of those fans and basketball fans in Sacramento Warriors fans now that the Warriors have been the dynasty they have? So what is the ratio of Golden State fans?
Right.
Secondly, because the energy is so crazy, you losing this game, Sacramento losing this game one would kind of take their heart out of the series.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, damn, like this was it. We had everybody here. It's loud as fuck, and it just don't matter to these niggas. And the worst way for them to lose would be going into the fourth quarter up 12, and them niggas walking down the court.
You got an older brother, so you know what this is like. Well, you really think you got this nigga? Like, I really got him. Like whatever y'all doing, whatever y'all playing. Losing that is the most devastating. That is literally what the Kings are facing.
Yeah.
But so you brought up an interesting point about the type of fans in Sacramento, and I thought about this on the way here today too. So it came out; these are the most expensive tickets
Yeah.
in NBA history. Mm-hmm. Whose fan base does that favor in Southern California?
The Tech Boys.
The Tech niggas, the Warriors, who tickets always that price, or the Kings, who you could have just got into a game for $8 the other night. So not only is the game a lot more expensive, where it's already leaned towards Warriors fans, in any other city that's a problem, now they can still just drive to the game. We're just driving an hour more. Like, So I think it'll be very worth.
Are flying because we're so rich.
That's right. Fly to the stadium.
Is the timeshare still available?
I think it'll be really, man, that first quarter is going to be, the first quarter is going to be so interesting because so much could go wrong. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So much could go wrong. Because the last thing the Kings really want to see is the first quarter, even before the game get going, step of the three and half the stadium get up. Because
How do you feel after that?
And you're the best home team in the league.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know who airing the game. I ain't fully looking at the schedule.
Yeah.
But like you said, that first quarter gonna be so important because it can go one or two ways.
Yeah.
Either Mike Green gonna be screaming bang, you gonna call a timeout, and the Warriors going in the huddle down 12.
Yeah.
Or Mike Green gonna be screaming bang, and the Kings gonna be in the huddle up 12, and it's gonna be deafening in there because they have not. I want y'all to understand, like we all have lead pad this year. They have not taken a night off in Sacramento. There is no exaggeration, bro. They have been there every game. You can look at some people's Wednesday games, and like half the arena will be there. Like you might have brought your kids or whatever. They have been sold out every night, bro.
And this is the thing. Also, another thing that could go wrong. Sometimes the Warriors just don't give a fuck to start games.
Yeah.
So, like you said, the first 10 minutes, they could be going to the huddle down 14. Like,
Chilling.
listen, stadium rocking.
You're not gonna be dancing.
Yo.
That game is going to be so important because if you the Kings, you already a young team. But if you give the Warriors your best shot in game one and, like, it's a loss, bro.
Man.
Like, what is that going to do to the rest of the series, bro? Like, that energy's not going to be the same for game two,
so
bro.
let's get into more X's and O's because we have discussed, like, the macro for it. So, micro, I think this is also a bad matchup player-wise for the Kings. First, for De'Aaron Fox, this will be his introduction to playoff basketball. And I think as his career progresses, we'll be able to look at this as when he realizes, oh, yeah, I need to get stronger. Mm-hmm. Because this series, it's going to be a lot different than what people were expecting when receiving from the Warriors the whole year. Because this series is going to be Wiggins, GP2, DiVincenzo, 48 minutes. And if it's not one of them, it's Draymond or Clay. Won't be a lot of Steph, won't be a lot of bad defenders on him, and they're going to be pushing him, fouling him, doing that the whole night. De'Aaron Fox, loving him to death, not the biggest guy. He'll have to gain more weight. But I think player-wise, we talked about this. Mike Brink coming from the Warriors. You brought the Warriors system over. Sabonis is playing kind of like Draymond. You're trying to play the free throw. Kevin Huerter, run around, do all that. But, like, we started this. Like, this is us. Like, the system you're trying to run is what we do. Like, your best case scenario is playing how we play now.
Yeah. So, we always go into series, and Colin does a segment on this, and he'll just pick the best player from each series and then go through and based on. I don't need to explain his show. Fuck y'all. But going into this series, it's real hard for me to even give Sacramento a chance because, like, you're asking me is Sabonis better than Steph Curry, and then I'm going to laugh at you, and then you're asking me is De'Aaron Fox better than Steph Curry, and I'm going to laugh at you, and I would argue Sabonis might not be better than Klay right now. I would make that. I can make that argument that Klay is more valuable than Sabonis is right now. I think Sabonis is amazing. He's an all-level player. He'll be an all-star for the next couple of years. Same with De'Aaron Fox.
I think he is.
He'll probably make All-NBA this year. Well-deserved. So will De'Aaron Fox. They're great. They're great players. But, like...
he won next year now with them change of position. One and done. You would have hit that max.
I'm looking at and then even if I just say the top 10 players from the series. Yeah. All right, we go Steph, and I'll give you Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox at 2 and 3. Mm-hmm. All right, now, who are the next 5 players you're naming?
Right.
They're on the Warriors. Yeah. So, like you said, matchup-wise, all right, first off, the Kings don't play any defense. No. Second, they don't play transition defense. They have one of the 4 worst transition teams. You know what we do in transitions? 3-pointers. Yep. So, it's just everywhere it could be a bad matchup, it is. Yeah. High pick and roll, I'm attacking that. There's not a big you're going to have that stays in front of me. The split action that we run with the coming off the pick, all year when we've running it, you guys have been sagging off of that. Mike Brown is going to be telling you all the ins and outs, X's and O's of this offense.
But you can't stop it.
But you can't stop it. But thank you, Barry. Like, there's nobody that has been able to stop it. And it's just crazy to me that people think Sabonis is finna stop it. Like, if we was playing the Suns in the first round, the Clippers, I can understand. But, like, Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox, be for real, bro.
So
be for real.
And you, Barry, you brought up a perfect point that they just can't stop it. And the beauty of the Warriors offense is why it's so hard to guard is how simple it is, where there are just things you cannot do at the same time.
Yes.
You can't play this drop coverage. Mm-hmm. But you also just can't double and let Draymond be in the short roll. Yes. So the entire series, you're picking your poison. But it's just such a bad matchup at every single level because Warriors got the best player, the best defender, best player coming off the bench, maybe the best coach. Shout out Mike. Shout out Mike. Right? Shout out Mike. Because to his credit, he got half of them Steve Kerr wins too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
But they got the best shooter, even if you don't want to count Steph. Klay is better than their shooter, best defender, best rebounder. Everything that you can check off, the Warriors have a better version of. Yeah. It's just such a bad matchup.
But the Kings should be proud of this season. And
absolutely.
They got something to build on.
And they start Harrison Barnes. So.
Bro, like, it's just, come on.
Harrison Barnes might be the worst player in the league.
We really sent Harrison Barnes to the Olympics.
Bro.
And they won.
That's crazy.
And niggas be throwing around gold medals.
I knew you was going to say it, bro. Why did you even bring it up?
Niggas be throwing around.
To be fair, KD was
Carlos Boozer got one, too.
Do y'all think
Carlos Boozer was hooping in 08.
Do y'all think Luka Curry better than Mel? No, I'm kidding. I thought that was a little much.
Bro,
Jesus.
Give it a second, bro.
I was like, listen, right now, no. Like, come on, let's get it. Give Melo a couple years.
Bro, like.
And I was just going to say before we close this, what's the one rule with Kansas City? You don't want to try to outscore Kansas City. So Golden State, you don't want to try to outscore Golden State. It's going to get ugly.
Thank you, bro. Yeah. Thank you, bro. And that's their way to win. It's like we just kind of got to outscore you.
Yeah. That's why I was kind of happy that the Clippers aren't playing the Kings, because the Kings, they're going to try to run and gun you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we can slow down with Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah.
Devin Booker get the job step off. He was like, these teams shoot the most middies in the league. Like,
all right.
Can't wait to not watch that.
So, I think this will be the second best series after the Suns and Clippers. Grizzlies, Lakers. Mm-hmm. Grizzlies at home, of course, 2 seed. Okay, so what is the path for the Lakers to win this series, and what is the path for Memphis? Chris, you answer the Lakers. You answer for Memphis.
Okay. We harped on it earlier, but like it's just one, Darvin Ham having the competence to know like what lineup should be out there and what lineup should not.
How you learn from your mistakes?
This nigga is so crazy. Like, what did Darvin Ham do to this?
Bro, like it's just some games you'll watch and you don't understand why people aren't playing, and it isn't a matchup issue. It isn't any of that. Like he just DNP'd them straight up. Like personally, and I'm not like, you know what I'm saying, I'm not living and dying by Rui Hachimura, but like there isn't a game Rui Hachimura shouldn't be in. Like this.
Yeah, listen, I don't know. He threw one up yesterday and they hit the side of the perimeter. Listen, he hit the one to start overtime. Salute to him. That's a big shot. But the last
but
4
like,
or 5
That
minutes,
shot damn near won them the game.
Literally,
That overtime shot damn near won them the game.
Look, for me, like it's some lineups that shouldn't be out there. Like D'Lo and Dennis shouldn't be out there at the same time. Like stuff like that. Like matchups. As y'all said, like what version of AD are we getting? Like I'm not gonna say the locked in thing because you should always be locked in. But
locked in.
what version of AD are we getting, bro? Like are we going strong at foul prone Jaren Jackson Jr. or are we just like, you know, they doubled me a couple times and I'm gonna just, you know, give it up and hope LeBron bail me out? Like what am I getting? Am I gonna lean on LeBron and the others and like, you know, get my little putback dunk here and there, or are we gonna get like 20? I ain't even gonna say 2019 KD. I mean AD before the injury this year, bro, where it was like 30 ball games every night, 20 rebound games, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, is that what we're getting? And how we've been saying certain teams, like, you know, we're going to let this one person get off. Like, I'll let John Morant get off because, like, it ain't really a matchup on the Lakers that favor us in terms of guarding John Morant. But what are you doing about everybody else? What are you doing about Dylan Brooks? What are you doing about Desmond Bane? What are you doing about Jaren Jackson Jr. when he is in the game? If he's not, you know, in foul trouble.
So I need to figure out how to work TikTok so I can make this edit for after game 1. But the process for the Grizzlies to win is what I was saying when I think they played the Warriors a couple months ago. I came here. I was saying, bro, Ja is not the problem. Because Jaden McDaniels is going to take Ja. And Jaden McDaniels is
Vanderbilt.
I know.
Jared. Them niggas, it's crazy how much alike they are.
Yeah.
But Vanderbilt's going to take him, and Vanderbilt is amazing at navigating screens. So Vanderbilt, AD, they'll be able to try to funnel Ja into help like they used to do. Because you kind of got to guard Ja, kind of like how they used to guard Tony Parker, where he's going to be moving so far. You're not going to stop him, but you're funneling him into parts of the court that are to your advantage with the help and the size that you have. But the problem is there are no other perimeter defenders on the Lakers.
Right.
So for teams that have 2, 3, 4 different ball handlers that create, like the Grizzlies will, with Tyus Jones, with Ja Morant, with Desmond Bane, I think these Desmond Bane games are going to be huge. And the reason I'm so confident in saying that is because this isn't a team that has been reliant on Ja for almost 2 years now. Like, they are used to, we all got to go eat.
Yes.
And Desmond Bane don't give a fuck about LeBron. Nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo.
Okay. So, Barry, what do you think Memphis has to do to win as well?
They got to hit their 3-pointers. They got to shoot well.
We here. That's exactly where I was finna go.
But that's gonna come down to the Lakers too, because all right, LeBron drives. He gonna drive and kick. Is he gonna make the basketball play?
Shout out to I was so mad the shot went in. I was so mad it went in. Listen.
I wanted to get that tweet off so bad.
Bronny, year 20, he finally won one. He finally won a real the right basketball.
Nick Wright was like, make the right play. It's worked every time. I said, they lost the finals because of that shit, nigga.
What be killing me is niggas change the argument. Because especially this pass was a no-brainer pass.
Yeah.
5 niggas jumped.
It was the play. It was the, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was the play.
Yeah, AD said the perfect
It was a
off-ball
play.
screen.
Yeah,
Bro, listen.
They ran the play.
Five niggas jumped at you. I'm not expecting you to take that shot. But what I'm not gonna let y'all niggas do, I'm not letting you niggas change it to where, oh yeah, so he should just always pass it. Because the one in the finals wasn't 5 niggas on him. Like, you gotta let niggas, you gotta stop niggas because they'll take. Listen, you give niggas an inch, they'll take them out, bro. Like, man, niggas on TV, like, bro, we told you, bro. No, you didn't.
Tell me nothing, bro.
Nah, they was like, well, I don't know if it was Kobe or Michael. No, people want the best player on the team taking last shot.
Doesn't that just make sense?
Yeah, like, if I'm gonna lose, the best player should maybe.
I'm about to say it always look good when you win, but like, damn, you passed it then a Schroeder to win, like, and he missed.
Bro,
Like,
he's missed one already. He missed one earlier this year.
You put your season in Dennis Schroeder hands.
Yeah.
We
Like,
comparing
and
Steve Kerr to Dennis Schroeder.
Yo, like they're like, well, Michael passed to Steve Kerr. Like, come on, bro. Like,
You know what Steve Kerr shoot from the field?
yo, that's Steve Kerr, nigga. Like,
And they act like Steve Kerr took a 30-foot three-pointer.
It was
That
a minute.
nigga took a free throw line jump. He shot a free throw. You dumb motherfucker. I hate you niggas, bro. Oh, God.
because if you watch the clip, he flashed to the free throw line like a big, like he right there, like they playing 2-3 zone.
I got some documentary. You would think Steve Kerr hit like a 40-footer because of the camera angle.
That nigga shot a 17-foot
Yeah, them
jumper.
niggas make you think Steve Kerr hit that bitch from half court.
Like, wait a minute, this a warm up.
Yeah, no, we can't lose the culture war between making the right play and taking the last shot.
But what's even funnier is Steve Kerr explaining, Michael drew that motherfucking play.
Yo, anytime niggas bring it up, he be like, yeah, we talked about it in the huddle. Yeah, he told me. I said, yeah, I'm gonna be there. I ain't tell that story that much too, like, because that's when listen.
If I get double, I'm passing you the ball. Okay.
What you gonna say to Mike? Nah, shoot.
Nah, you should take it. Nigga fuck around and get slapped again.
He punched that nigga 6 months ago. You think, yo, when I get doubled, I'm gonna kick you to you? Nah, I'm straight.
He'll take me out.
you got replaced,
Nah,
bro.
I'm straight. But, okay, yeah, back to Memphis. So, Barry's point was Memphis has to knock down their shots. And I was about to say, the Lakers, the way I think they attack them, and eventually one of them is going to have to switch their scheme, but I think the Lakers' first initial scheme, make them beat you from the three-point line. But the blessing in disguise with Steven Adams and Brandon Clark being out is you can go small. And JJJ got a strap. JJJ got a strap. So you can run a five-man lineup where you have shooters at every position. So they can't really sag off.
Yep.
And you can pull AD out the paint to give Ja the room he needs. Remember, I think the best part about Ja's game, and I shout out to his dad because I know this is something his dad made him work on, is his floater. Ja is excellent at the rim, and we know how the highlight reel he is, but Ja has an amazing, damn near automatic floater.
Yeah.
And that's going to be very important in this series.
Shout out Tony Parker.
Yes, shout out to Tony Parker. But I do think that this series will come down to which team makes their three-point shots. Yeah. And that's why this series definitely could go 7, because when you have teams that don't have real deal shooters, they're just streaky. So some games, Lakers will get home in game 3 and Malik Beasley hit 6 threes and won't hit another one for the series, and you'll just be like, fuck it. Dylan Brooks will have a game 2 where he'll have 6 threes and he'll not hit another 3 for the rest of the season. You just be like, fuck it. So I think this series will come down to who makes their three-point shots. And I'm leaning towards Memphis doing that more than Lakers.
And also, I want to shout out Tyus Jones one more time. I think the bench units for both teams are going to be super important,
That's a great point.
especially for the Lakers, because you cannot play Braun 38 minutes. We cannot play Braun 40 minutes in the first round because he just won't be. Forget next round. Game 4, 5, 6, you're asking a lot for him to play 40 minutes a night. So those minutes where Braun sits down or AD jams his finger so he goes to the locker room, like, they need to hold it afloat against a second unit, especially against Tyus Jones. That's so efficient, they're not losing possessions.
Yes.
I was about to say this too. They've been getting away with it, but there shouldn't be, like, throughout the whole series, there shouldn't be a point where him and AD are off the floor at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you need to figure out how to
Never.
stagger that.
Never.
Like,
Yeah,
somebody has to be out there, whether it's Braun or AD. Like, they
That's
both cannot
how
be.
OKC won last night. All the starters
Yes.
played about 30-something,
Yes.
about 36 minutes.
Yes.
AD should wear some high tops.
And 2 more points. One, Braun is still hurt. So that's another reason he cannot play 38 minutes and 38 for the 40 minutes in game 1, 2, and 3. It's just going to be too much on him. 2, to your AD point. Hey, man, I think AD got a bad hand at life. Not the worst hand because he's a multimillionaire in the NBA, so pretty good life. But as top 75, great life. So, but as far as an NBA player, I think his body is just failing him because I really do think that a lot of it stems from that growth spurt. Your body's just not supposed to do that, blah, blah, blah. But maybe, I could be wrong, but maybe Braun was like, hey, bro, I'm going to come back. you take a seat back because we gonna need you in the playoffs. So just keep your legs under you. Make sure when we need you in the fourth quarter, do what you got to do. But I will carry us to the playoffs so you can be the best player and have the energy and legs you need to be the best player on this playoff team. Because as we have been saying since AD stepped in foot in LA, in order for them to win, he has to be the best player. When they won that championship, he was the driving force of that. LeBron was the closer. LeBron made everything happen, but AD was the driving force of that. Right. And I think for them to get out of the series and beat Golden State, beat Phoenix or Clippers, whoever makes it, AD has to be the driving force. But again, is he going to be locked in? So
I was going to say real quick, we got game 1's on Sunday, game 2 Wednesday, game 3 Saturday, and then game 4 Monday. So we get a little bit of break. So I guess it helps out a little bit.
They've been very nice to the Lakers scheduling-wise this year. Very, very nice.
Teams back-to-backs.
And I honestly don't have a problem with that because when LeBron has done as much for your league as you, you favor him.
I'd get in there a couple extra
I don't
days
even
off.
care. We talked about the Hawks and Celtics already.
Shout out, Bron.
We don't need to talk about the Bucks and Bulls. So Sixers and Nets. You picked the Nets to win this series. Were you being serious, or did you just want us to go viral?
Nah, I definitely believe the Sixers will win, but like,
Okay.
God, if they lose,
Bro, wouldn't it be
I just
crazy?
want to hate. They'll lose next round, though. Don't worry.
man.
Boston is going to be.
Like Embiid thought that slander was bad before. You lose first round to the Nets with Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson.
After y'all traded Mikal Bridges.
Oh, no. Listen. And then on top of that, you did all this crying about MVP and like you haven't won nothing. So like, why do y'all expect this out of me? You about to be the MVP. Like,
You got the MVP.
Listen,
you politics your way into it.
Listen,
Like,
there's nothing will be sadder than you phoning in ESPN to accept your MVP because it won't be given out in the first round. I'll tell you that right now.
yeah, they do it like round by round now. Like,
it's like the second round now.
yeah.
Because Giannis ain't have his until the second.
They stopped playing doing the player awards.
What you mean?
Yeah.
Remember after the season they was doing the
Yeah, oh yeah, they
that
stopped
shit.
doing that. Yeah, that's done. That's
Fucking
done.
God.
Everybody hated that.
Shout out to the
dumb.
player awards.
I liked it the first year they did it.
That was the dumbest year. They gave Harden the MVP over to Steph.
No. That was the year Steph got. No, you think about the BET one. The BET one they gave.
BET player award?
Yeah. They had
What you're talking
so they had the NBA. They had an NBA like an actual league one, and then like BET had one, and BET gave it to Harden the year Steph actually won MVP.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I remember that. I remember the players. Yeah, the
Yeah,
players
that's what that was. And nigga
Harden
was
really
like,
got on stage and accepted that shit too. Like,
bro. Like,
I would too, nigga.
shit, I would too. Hey, I definitely would have took my award.
I'm at a free concert.
You at the BET Awards? They called your name, nigga. If you don't, I don't care what award. I just want.
So
Especially knowing what we know about Harden. Now that nigga was probably having the time of his life,
time
bro.
of his life.
man.
All right, so yeah, that's it.
Is that it? NBA
Yeah,
awards.
NBA awards. All right, so same premise. Give me just give me who you got. MVP. We'll start there. I have Joel Embiid ish.
Jaw.
Embiid,
Oh, well, yeah.
All right,
Bitch ass
Embiid.
nigga cried his way to it.
Rookie of the year, Paulo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Paolo.
Paulo.
Interesting enough, every year the rookie of the year goes this way, where one nigga's played great the entire season, and then somebody catch on fire post All Star break.
Yes.
I'm gonna
So
go Paulo.
yeah, but I'm gonna go Paulo. Coach of the year, Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, we called this one
Yes,
by the way.
we did. We called this at the beginning of the year, Mike
Yeah.
Brown. I think I called Joel for MVP this year, earlier this year too.
If it's not too late, I might take OKC head coach.
So
Winning the
I don't
coach of the
even
year
know
as
his
a 10
name.
seed is crazy.
So Mike Brown, but if JB Bickerstaff got it, I wouldn't be mad.
Okay,
That's fair. I don't want to give him the coach of the year because you're still a 4 seed. Nobody think they're a big dog in the East yet. I think maybe next year he'll have like a better argument for it.
Defensive player of the year.
Yeah, Evan Mobley. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like Evan Mobley.
I'll take Mobley.
I think defensive player of the year should be based on who is the most versatile defender. Like how much can you affect on defense. And so I would say Evan Mobley or Bam, but I'm gonna go with Evan Mobley. And
We didn't talk about Bam.
most improved player.
Shea.
Lori.
That's a good pick too.
I stole Dale's pick. No trip.
I'm gonna say Lori.
Yeah, I had Laurie. Excellent year.
But if it's not Lori, Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson is also a good one, yeah.
Six man of the year. I said Emmanuel quickly, but I think Michael Brogdon is gonna get it.
I would say Brogdon, and I'm just gonna throw Poole in there. played every game, got punched at the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
shut up, Jordan Poole, man.
Westbrook would have got it if he didn't start for the Clippers.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he can still get it, but I feel like he should.
I think it's like a minimum
Yeah, it's
number
a
of
minimum
games.
game.
I hate that shit.
I don't know how he benches the trade, but I was gonna say Norman Powell, but I think he's been on the decline since that trade.
He
happened.
sucks. My bad. That was ridiculous. You didn't start him out. No problem.
That's
I was just talking to
crazy.
Chris
Let's throw
about that.
Tyus Jones in there too.
Crazy.
Let's
Oh yes,
That's a good
Tyus
one.
Jones is a great pick. As far as the 6 man a year, I do think Malcolm Brogdon will get it, but shout out to fucking Tyus Jones.
Yeah.
And lastly, best performance of the year. I put
What is
Donovan
that based
Mitchell
off of?
70, like just best game, the best game.
Oh, okay.
First thing they come back.
I had Donovan Mitchell 70 or 71, whatever the hell it was.
So let me ask you: does this have to come in a win?
No, fuck no.
Okay, actually, they still win the game. This may be recency bias, but that last Kyrie game versus the Kings,
That shit was crazy.
very few players get in that mode still, where you just think it's automatically gonna fall, bro. That last rainbow shot over De'Aaron Fox,
That
where
was
he
ridiculous.
where he hit it, and De'Aaron Fox was the coach, like, bro.
That is
Like,
Watching them phone in the season after that performance is insane
I
to me,
would
by the
say
way.
that would be my favorite performance. Or, and I'll give him some credit because I was talking shit about him, the Joel Embiid game versus the Warriors,
yo.
where he just
Oh,
he just got to the free throw line and was like, yeah,
I'm
I'm him.
It was one of them games because I watch Warriors games very like I be chilling because it's the Warriors. Some games I be screaming at Anthony Lamb. I be screaming on my TV about Anthony Lamb, but like I get mad when like something's happening and it's just like, bro, stop it.
Yeah.
But it was just like
Nothing you could do. You
Nothing
just had to
you could
sit.
do. I was
You
just
really
sitting
just
there
had to
like,
sit back and enjoy
I
it. Like,
said damn like 30 times during that game. 'Cause
Yes.
Draymond was doing everything he could. Like I'm low, I'm high on him. I'm in his face. No,
Yeah.
just didn't matter.
Listen. Hand up to stop the pass. Other hand to stop the crossover.
Everything you're supposed to do, bro. Oh my god.
I'm gonna say Killian Hayes getting 28 points.
Shout out Killian Hayes.
But other than that, I'm gonna say that that first Jokic and Embiid matchup when Embiid just went off. And I think that
Me how Killian.
Embiid cooked and Embiid cooked, bro. Yeah. Shout out him. Embiid had a great year, man. Shout out Embiid.
Killian.
I'll take the D Mitch performance.
The 70.
Yeah. Dame went for 70 this year too. Shout out to Dame. So we will close the show here. Yep, that's it. Perfect. We don't have to close it if y'all don't want to, but we will take it here next.
I was about to say something crazy.
I'm missing a performance.
I was about to say if the media really riding for real, bro, they gonna pick the game LeBron broke the record.
Yeah, fuck it. You know,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like,
That's the game.
that's really the game.
That's the
Listen,
game. He broke the fucking.
I was about to say he did go out there and
We
get
didn't
it though.
mention
Like,
that shit.
hey, why?
listen, we shot Nick Wright lies on us, but he said this shit. It was so funny. He said LeBron break the record every night. We should stop the game. and I said every LeBron basket is history. Every
It is.
single one.
I forgot all about that.
All right, so how do you guys feel about Dame complaining again?
Man, shout out.
Dame and Bradley.
Did they
Beal.
ask him?
How did? Yeah, they asked him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I try to give people leeway when they get asked because it's like, damn, like I don't want to keep answering. I don't want to keep talking about it, but you keep asking me. Like how they ask Isaiah Thomas, like, damn, like how do you feel about what happened with Danny Ainge? We be telling him to let it go, but like, well, actually, no, that's completely different. Like he will not get off Twitter. I just need one team to give me a chance.
Shout out Isaiah Thomas. But this is why I disagree. Because you're Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
So you don't gotta answer nothing niggas ask you at all.
That's a fact.
If Dame never wanted to do another interview, wouldn't be a thing niggas could say to him outside of post game interviews. Because that's Damian Lillard.
That's a fact.
But man, shout out to Dame. Less than Bradley Beal because Dame has had some playoff success, but nobody has fooled more niggas than Dame. That nigga, yo, niggas be talking about Dame like, man, if Dame had this. Like,
No, look.
No. Dame is in this position because he is not that. And that's okay. Everybody don't got a ring chase, but it bring me back to the argument I used to have with niggas. Like, why is Dame better than Clay? Niggas be like, well, if Clay had his own team, they'd stink. Well, the Trailblazers been ass. So what's the difference? We give Dame credit, like, yeah, you did this, but like, you know,
So
this
look,
is what a team looks like when your best player is really a second option.
so I seen a tweet today, right? And they was like, what's your favorite Damian Lillard playoff moment? And then you know, they said, I'll start. And they had the picture of him shooting over PG. Somebody commented, and it was like, what is his other playoff moments? You go through that whole thread, guess what the next one is?
Rockets.
Nothing else.
Yeah,
like, nothing
that's
else.
it, bro.
Just the Houston shot. So it's like,
And yo, shout out to Dame. He got his bag. Best player in Trailblazers history. Could retire. Listen, retire today. Never pay for a drink in Portland in your life
ever again.
But at some point, bro. Niggas done figured you out though. That's the thing. Now when it hit the ear, niggas not feeling the same no more. Niggas not like, oh, poor Dame.
Yeah,
now niggas is like, all right, bro, shut the fuck up.
Listen, bro,
Get a trade.
I know we say like, you're not gonna turn down that much money, but it's like, fam, like, I'm under a rookie contract for like what, 2-3 years?
3.
3 years.
3 with an option, I think.
Yeah.
3 with an option. I might play into that 4th year, see what y'all gonna do, cause like y'all know who I am. Like I'm doing this on a rookie contract, so like something should be done to where, like you getting something around me, bro. Like you not just finna keep. To me, in my mind, when people do that, it's exploiting talent. I'm gonna be real. So that's what I think it is. Like you exploiting my talent.
Nah, nigga, cause you ain't had to sign that shit.
No, that's what I was about to get to. Yeah. So in my mind, like once I get to a certain point, like I'm on a rookie contract still, like, and you see me doing this, like you exploit my talent at some point because you see I'm this, but you see the rest of the team not this.
Yeah, okay. So while I'm on the rookie deal, it's for sure exploiting my talent.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
So then, like, once I get to that 4th year, like, if I'm opted in or whatever, like, and I see like, oh, they still not doing this. What am I signing the Supermax for? Because once I sign the Supermax, yeah, I got all this money, but now you can't help me. Like, it's cool, I got the money, but like. If I want to, like, so it depends what you value. If you don't value championships, that's cool. And clearly, I don't think he does.
This is why I disagree. Because, Dame, you wouldn't be the first, and you wouldn't have been the last nigga to get traded on a max contract. Niggas, listen, niggas wait till that.
Durant just happened.
Listen,
Kyrie and Kevin
Durant. Niggas will fight tooth and nail, get that max next year. Get me out of here. Shout out AD. Niggas do that shit all the time.
So, I think this is a very layered question. The first point I would go is, all right, until y'all have gotten a $290 million contract in front of your face, don't tell me you're going to turn it down.
Yo,
that's a fact. I understand that part.
That's the first fact. The second part is, and this, people going to probably kill me for this and be like, you're just Warriors fans. I think they built some pretty good teams around Dame. I think they built some pretty good teams.
Hey, man.
Dame was in a conference finals against Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Alfonso McKinney, Draymond Green, and a 100-year-old DeMarcus Cousins.
Shout out Patrick McCaw.
With Quinn Cook coming off the bench and some dude I don't even remember, Jarek Jerebko or something.
Jonas Jerebko.
Detroit legend.
That was the rotation.
That's the last. Listen, that NBA Finals game, the last NBA game he played, and I think like
probably y'all were up double digits every single game, and y'all got swept.
Yeah.
The year before that, you lose. You just kept losing. I want to stop acting like Dame didn't have good teams. Dame had quality teams. Like it said, Dame just isn't the guy, and it's okay. Dame is him. Dame is one of the best players ever. But again, I say this so often. There have been 9 superstars to lead a team to a championship. Steph, LeBron, Kobe, Mike, Magic, Bird, Kareem, Shaq, and Hakeem.
I thought Isaiah in there.
And yes, Isaiah. It's 10 niggas since basketball mattered. I'm not counting nothing before 85. Yeah. Since basketball mattered, there's been 10 niggas. Mm-hmm. We're talking 50 years of basketball, 40 years of basketball.
Add Tim Duncan.
Did I not say Tim Duncan? I meant to say Tim Duncan. I thought I did. If I didn't say Tim Duncan, 11 niggas.
I just want to throw him in there.
So those 10, 11 niggas, maybe Dwayne Wade. I'll give Dwayne Wade in 06. But the Pistons team that won was a constructed team. Like, there was no number one guy. Yep. Everything after that was Mike, Kobe, LeBron. So, or Tim. Tim. That's what I meant to say. Tim, Kobe, or LeBron. So I'm looking at that, and I'm like, yo, Dame, you're just not them, and that's okay. We built really good teams around you. If you take Dame off the Warriors, not the KD Warriors. If you take, not Dame. If you take Steph off the Warriors and replace Dame with that team, they still don't win a championship. No, I want y'all to stop acting like these Warrior teams have just been unbeatable. Steph Curry is just really him, and they have an incredible system over it.
So there are a couple things. So when I said earlier, Dame been tricking niggas for a while. So it's hard to really tell. Mm-hmm. But the gap between Steph and Dame is so big. Like, it's almost indescribable to compare the two. Mm-hmm. It's like Tom Brady versus Joe Burrow right now. Like, they're not even in the same universe.
They're not.
They kind of do some of the same stuff, but they're so far from each other right now. It's hard for me to even compare them. But, damn, I just lost my second. What were you talking about?
I was the first one I said.
Oh, I figured it out. I'm tweaking. So you talking about the 10 niggas that won championships?
Yes.
So a couple weeks ago, I was in this PlayStation party arguing with niggas. Like they were like, well, we was arguing about Joel Embiid. They were like, well, the best players don't always have to win championships. I was like, see, that's y'all niggas' problems right now, because y'all started watching basketball in 2012. Y'all forget that before 2012, even after, the best players of that era just trade championships. That's all that happens, and everybody else is kind of just there for the ride. But because LeBron did not win the most championships of his era, we kind of pushed that to the side. But you can literally track the history of the NBA through 10 or 11 niggas who just traded championships the whole time.
Thank you.
And you can look at that and you can say, okay, these were the best niggas in the league. That's why when niggas don't have Kobe on that list, it's so funny he done made all those finals. He's not building the best player in the league. That's cool. But you can literally go 80s, Magic Bird, traded all the championships. 90s, Magic, Michael, Isaiah, Hakeem won a couple. Like, all right, 2000s, Duncan, Tim, Kobe, Shaq. Like, 2010s, LeBron, Steph Curry, KD. It's very, very short list of niggas who win championships. And it's not because, like, man, it's so random. No, the best niggas win championships. And that's why, and that's what ring culture is about. Where for all of life, the best people have won. Mm-hmm. And y'all just can't change that right now. So Dame, love him to death. Great scorer. Could have been one of the best second options ever. We just never know. It's a different timeline what happens. But first, he not going to act like the opportunities to leave wasn't there. Because he was for sure at dinner with Braun last summer or the summer before that. I forget where it was. Where they was, they was talking. It was on IG like, oh shit, Braun talking to Dame. He was like, nah, I don't want to do it. Like, all right, cool. Don't do it. Shut up then.
I will say, to make the last point, if you're asked about it, I understand you answering the question. And I don't want to skip past the blame we should put on Washington and Portland's organizations. Because you do owe it to Dame to build a championship roster. I do think you have built good rosters, but you have not given... CJ McCollum is not a number 2 option. You have given him great rosters. He should have beaten the Warriors that year if he was better than Steph like y'all said he was. But he's not, to your point, he's just not better than him, and it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. But they have built good roster for him. Washington ain't put shit around Bradley Beal other than when him and John Wall was there. But again, Bradley Beal was never going to win a championship as a number 1 option. Yeah. He had to leave to do that. And my thing is, I think everything is okay. Just keep saying the same thing. I want to be here. They just got to build something around me. Say that so you can keep getting them $275 checks. Right. I understand it, bro. That $275 probably look crazy in your account. My nigga, they're giving... Hold on, real quick. This is the last thing I want to say. Because I did the math the other day, and I was like, I need to say this on the show so y'all really can understand how much money this shit is. Bradley Beal makes $15 million a month.
That's crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, that's crazy.
Damian Lillard makes $15 million a month. And y'all are telling him to take $50 million, $40 million left to go win a fucking ring just for y'all to say he ring chased to get it.
And the thing is, as we see with the CBA changing and the league looking different, there's not a lot of dream destinations for Dame. Because what you don't want to happen, and I don't want to say, I'm not going to want to say this is why you don't want to leave, you're scared of this, but the last thing you would want to happen, hypothetically, is we demand a trade, they get me to Brooklyn. Brooklyn has still all these amazing wing defenders. We're a playoff team, and I go home in the first round anyway. Because you're not even guaranteed if you ring chase to get the ring, even if you land on the best team, because so much luck has to go in with winning all these games. Niggas got to be healthy. We got to play the right people. Things have to go the right way the entire year. So I understand wanting to stay, for sure. My problem is, if you're here for this bread and for you to be Dame, that's cool. But we're still going to draft young players. No, we're not in this business of, we're going to trade all our talent every year to get Dame and some help. Because first, and listen, Dame, that's why I said Dame been tricking niggas for a while. Dame escaped a lot of that. Oh, he dribbled a ball. He don't like to pass it. That other people got to wear.
Come on, man.
Because a lot. Listen, Luka
Come
been
on,
in the
man.
league 3 years. Everybody, nobody want to play with him,
man. Come
Niggas
on,
want to
man.
watch
Come
Dame
on
dribble
now.
around for 30
Come
minutes.
on now.
When Dame not better than them,
Come on now.
Dame don't care.
Come on now.
And
Niggas killed Harden.
Niggas
Niggas killed Harden. Nigga was in the Western Conference Finals finna die trying to beat the Warriors.
Yo,
They was
James Harden. Think about this.
man.
James Harden won more games against the Warriors with Kevin Durant in the conference finals than Damian Lillard did in his career.
Come on now.
He's never even beat Steph
I
Curry.
was gonna say
in a
Damian Lillard
game.
ain't got a game off him in the
game.
playoffs.
I'm like, you couldn't
Stop
get
it.
what? If he came back from one of them games hurt. Like,
It's okay. That nigga's really fucking good at basketball.
I say it all the
He's
time.
Just not the rest
It's
of
a-
these niggas.
On my short list of people I do not feel bad for in the NBA, Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal. Especially Bradley Beal because of the quote that he said, my biggest fear is walking away with not giving myself a chance to win.
hey, he
And
got
then
a
you
chance.
signed the
Hey,
Supermax.
listen, he still got a chance. You never
With the
know.
Wizards?
Hey,
With the
play a
Wizards?
tournament, you could be the 10th seed. But the last point with Dame is there's something you hit on where a lot of people love to do this. Where it's like, man, if we just take Dame, put him on the Warriors, he would have rings. The problem is Dame just can't play off the ball, and that's cool. Listen. If it's something we're all agreeing not to say, that's cool. We don't got to talk about it. But everybody kind of know, right? You don't go 12. So when Kobe didn't get help, it was, nobody want to play with him. Nobody want to see him dribble the air off the ball. When Dame don't get help, it's just rain in Portland, man. It's just rain all the time. Come on.
Ooh, y'all niggas be
The
making me
Pacific
mad.
Northwest, man. Nobody wants to go there. Like,
Oh my, y'all just contradict yourselves all the fucking time. But all right, I don't want to kill Dame because I fucking love Dame. Like that
Shout out
nigga,
to
he's
Dame.
him. He's
Yeah.
him. It's just like, bro, like niggas be him and just like Tracy McGrady was fucking him, bro.
Yeah.
Just never won. Allen Iverson was fucking him. Just never won, bro.
and Dame
it's
is
okay.
cool. Listen, it's cool, bro. Like
It's
a lot
okay.
of niggas don't win.
Bro, Melo never won.
It's hard to win.
It's
Like,
hard
It's
to
so
win,
fucking
bro.
hard, bro.
It's okay for you.
Melo
to
chose
not-
the money too.
Bro, do you know how many teams we've been
what
like?
he said.
They gonna get a championship in a few years.
we might have named what 12 teams.
we named 12 teams, dog.
It's people in the league with zero, like not people, but like team franchises with zero
zero-
Bro,
championships.
it's so
bro.
crazy you said this. This is like deja vu. Because I'm having deja vu right now, and I'm going to tell this anecdote. So I found out this rule in mathematics. So no matter what category you're looking at statistics for, basically the top 1% accounts for 99% of the production. So like if you take the richest niggas in the United States, top 1% makes it. The highest scores in NBA history, like all the points ever scored, top 1% of niggas do it. Championships won. Top 1% of niggas do it. And that's just how life works.
Yes.
Like you're not gonna see.
Excellent point.
You look at the NFL. Top 1% of niggas got it's whole teams that ain't won playoffs games. Like
Literally, bro. Like
it's
hard to win, bro.
it's hard
Yeah.
to win, bro. And y'all just gotta chill on Dame. Y'all gotta stop putting expectations. Y'all gotta stop writing checks. Dame can't cash. Shout out to Draymond, but y'all gotta stop writing checks. He can't cash, bro.
And the last point is, why do y'all look at the history of the league? And y'all don't even got, because y'all started watching basketball in 2012. Cool. We'll stay there. We'll stay there. We'll start in 2012. Read off the finals who won those championships. 2012, LeBron James. 2013, LeBron James. 2014, Tim Duncan. 15, Steph. 16, LeBron. 17, Steph and KD. 18, Steph and KD. 19, would have been Steph and KD, but guess what? We have this great guy who won a Finals MVP in 14 that I didn't mention, Kawhi Leonard. There's another all-time NBA player.
Who had already been there.
Who had already been there. The next year, oh my God, we got one of the guys that's finna be in the top 15, top 20 ever. Giannis.
Yep.
Won the next one. Who won last year? Steph Curry again. Who's gonna win this year? Steph Curry or Giannis or somebody else we finna etch in stone in history who already looks like an all-time great in Joel Embiid or Jason
You
Tatum
know who it
or
won't
one
be?
of them.
Jokic. You know it won't be Jokic. Nigga, like this, the worst part is I can understand if all these years, because we lived through it, if all these years niggas thought the Blazers was going to the finals. Nobody ever thought the Blazers was ever going to win a championship any year. You can't even pick a year where you could argue they were the best team.
Bruh. Like, what are we doing,
Shout
bro?
out
Just
to him,
stop it, bro. Just stop it. Like, Jokic will probably never win a championship, and it's just okay.
He might never take a dribble in the finals.
It's literally just okay, guys. Joel Embiid may never win a championship. It's literally just okay, bro. It's so fucking hard to win a championship, bro. Luka may never win a championship as good as that nigga is. It's okay. It's okay. Not everybody
unless
can
you're
win.
Melo.
Unless you're Melo, then you gotta win a championship. Everybody hates you. Then you fucking you lose your ass. Shout out to
Melo chose the money, man.
I would choose the money. That's
So
what I'd be saying.
the real reason I killed Melo is because Melo ruined the chance he had when he forced a trade to the Knicks. That's why. Because he really had a chance when he was a free agent to go over there as they were a great team and really try to compete. But you forced your way out, made them trade 4 niggas for you anyway. Like,
I will say this, bro. I agree with you. That nigga wasn't being LeBron.
That nigga was not.
I think it was not being
Listen.
LeBron. Let's stop it.
No. This was the
No, I was about to say, I think.
This was the first.
Oh,
trade.
back
I was about to say,
when he went there,
Melo had, to me, Melo had 3 chances.
So
honestly.
the first trade, and because it was so long ago, and y'all didn't start watching basketball until 2012. Like at the end of the like at an All-Star break, niggas kind of knew Melo was leaving.
Yeah, it was either the Nets or the Knicks at that time. I
Yeah.
But
think.
he was like, nah, fuck this shit. I want out now.
Yes.
So trade for me now.
And they traded hella people for
So
him.
you had to trade
Dog,
for him, bro.
Gallinari.
Shout out
Who was Gallinari? Raymond Felton.
Wilson Chandler.
Wilson Chandler.
Yeah,
Who, what are you saying? 3 though. You say he had 3 chances to win. What would
Oh, so in Denver,
yeah.
win?
I count the chance versus Kobe.
you was in the conference finals versus Kobe.
So you had
Kobe
but you had a chance.
You had like you were there. You was a step away.
Like Sacramento got a chance to be Golden State.
Look, it wasn't fair that your chance was versus Kobe, but it just happened to come versus Kobe.
Okay, so that's one.
Okay, I'll
So two, like when he was on the Knicks, they were pretty good. Like Stoudemire fell off a cliff.
Player of the year.
He forced Jeremy Lin out of there.
Shout out
Jeremy Lin did get hurt, but he forced Jeremy Lin out of there when he was having a good year.
Stop Asian hate.
Make sure you edit this out, bro.
Just stop it. Just forget. I don't even know the 3 chances no more. Just fuck it. Everybody have a good show. Thank y'all for joining us.
I thought we was all on board.
Where the fuck did that come from? Oh my god. But y'all got anything else for real before we go? Shout out to Drake for opening for Lil Wayne last night. That was cool as fuck.
That shit was hard, bro. I seen that
hard.
video this morning. Like, damn,
Bro,
like,
did y'all? They said
this nigga really be doing side quests, bro.
the local artist. I said, nah, that's
That
crazy.
nigga really be doing side quests, bro. Like the more I see him do shit, I be like, bro, like this nigga's just rich and bored, bro. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm a local artist and Drake walk out. That is funny as hell.
fam, that nigga be like regular people be walking in this nigga at a bar, bro. Like,
And he did a whole set. Like he did like a full hour set.
Came out the Marvin's room.
And then did Jungle.
we're so blessed, bro. I can't wait till July.
Bro, I cannot wait.
That's gonna be a crazy concert.
Bruh, oh my god. I want to go to this Lil Wayne concert next week real bad, but I don't know if I want to pay for them tickets. Them they're $385 right now, bruh. At the Tabernacle.
385.
That was 500 when I was like,
I ain't gonna lie. Listen. God is my witness. Them hoes 385. When I get paid, I might go for real.
Bruh, let me know.
Because it was like 500. When
They dropped the 345 a couple days ago, and I'm trying to wait to see if they're gonna drip.
What
before
day is the
200.
concert?
It's Saturday too. It's
Like,
Saturday night.
next Saturday or this
So
Saturday?
like next Saturday, the 22nd.
Oh no, I might be there. No, I might be there. Real
If
If y'all gonna go,
got paid
I'll go
today.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because Grace,
We got
we can
paid
all
today.
go.
Listen. Yeah. We got some bread coming in. I
If
ain't
I-
gonna lie.
okay, bet. If-
I gotta get a fade though.
If we gonna go, we gonna go. Let me know because I'll pay. It's Lil Wayne. I'll pay whatever. I don't really give a fuck. I'm irresponsible.
What's pissed me off is like every Wayne show he been doing something crazy. Like I don't want to not go. And
niggas gonna get to Atlanta.
like,
Yeah.
Bro, it's like, oh my god, that's So he been.
He
going
bring
crazy.
out cash money or some shit. I'm mad. I'm fucking me.
That's what I keep saying.
Like,
Bro.
nigga,
Like,
why don't you bring Birdman?
like,
here?
you know,
Like,
people live in Atlanta, bro. So it's just like
No, because Ross gonna be there.
that's what I'm saying.
If you can put whatever.
any concert that's in Atlanta, Ross will be here, bro.
Bro.
Guaranteed.
2 Chainz, like it's so many people that could be there. So it's just like I'm gonna look up on Instagram. And I'll be screaming at my phone.
You know how mad I was when I went to the J. Cole concert last year and this nigga just brought out Dreamville? And he brought out Drake in Miami the night before. I said, yo, like, what the
I would have been mad.
I was mad as fuck. I was like, yo, like,
You know how mad I would have been seeing Drake in Miami the night before? Because you know Drake don't play back to back. So
I ain't gonna lie, I was watching the video. I was like, damn, like, you know.
This episode, Drake don't play back to
Drake
back.
don't play back to backs. Yeah. So yeah. What's the best concert y'all ever went to before we go?
Well, I mean, I've only seen 3 artists, but it's a toss up between 2015 FHD and then like the off season tour. And because he brought Dreamville out there,
Fucking crazy.
it was. But because he brought Dreamville out there, I got to go with 2015. Like,
You've been to a lot of crazy concerts.
I ain't going. So it's two. So now it's two. It's either the Life of Pablo or the second Donda show.
Second down the show.
Are we counting that as a concert?
And this is
Yes, for sure.
Oh, okay, then yeah, that's the best one I've been to.
Because the music was finished. But it's a crazy. I don't even know if I've ever posted. I think I might have posted a video once. But I was recording when he started floating, and just the astonishment that this nigga is literally rising, and like my voice sounds crazy. Like, what the fuck is this doing? Like,
He stayed up there too, right? He was
bro,
there
no,
for-
fam. Okay, so he gets up there, and it stops. Like he just stops.
Niggas cut the lights and we go home.
Like, how long is he gonna be up there? Cause now you see how really high this nigga is. I'm like, oh my god.
It's crazy because it just wasn't him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said he was actually on the ground,
Yeah,
like
no,
praying
yeah,
with
no, he
niggas.
was.
Like, yeah.
No, he was, and it's cool. We're gonna keep saying it's him up here forever.
Right. Yeah.
But
Cause
people
for
on
me,
Twitter,
cause for me in that moment, and the niggas watching,
it's him.
It was him.
him, bro.
But like on Twitter, they be like, the lengths he'll go to show his art, and I'm like, my nigga, he wasn't up there. Like, what are y'all talking about? Please calm down.
That shit's
But
crazy.
But no,
if
yeah.
I
You
have
know
to
what's
be
crazy?
honest,
Oh,
it's
okay.
probably it's got to be the Life of Apollo. It's
Bro, I missed that
It's
short.
I was about to say, you know what's
Gotta be.
crazy about that show too, the Doctor show too? Like everybody that wasn't there, like they just choose to hate on it. Like nobody, like they act like it was the worst thing
I
they've
felt-
ever seen.
I
Like
that
felt
shit was
so
hard
bad
as
for
fuck.
niggas who went to the first
Man.
one but didn't go to the second one. I'll say that.
Barry, what's the best concert you've been to?
I saw Lil Wayne at Georgia State. I think
2016.
16.
Oh yeah, that was when he was
Yeah.
broke.
Right,
Nah.
Georgia State went Future when Dirty Sprite 2 came out, and then Lil Wayne back-to-back years, 2015,
that shit is insane.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm a mater, man.
What's
That's
the
crazy.
so like? What's the nastiest concert y'all
Holly
been to?
Weezy.
Like
Holly-
a concert you
Holly-
probably
Holly,
shouldn't have.
What's that shit called? Louisiana Fest last year.
Louisiana.
I saw Drake, Ross, Quavo, and Takeoff's last performance all in one day. That was amazing. And Lil Wayne, that's when Lil Wayne started this set list he doing where he do all his crazy songs.
I got an honorable mention Culture. I saw Culture the weekend it came out.
Oh, that's
like
hard.
the album
That shit was
dropped
different.
Friday. The weekend, the literally day after, they had a free show.
That's crazy.
And 2 Chainz came out. 2 Chainz, and listen, this is how crazy 2 Chainz is. It's hot. I don't want to say it's hot. It's around whatever Culture came out, but it was like warm outside.
It was the summer, yeah.
Man.
No,
Hey,
Culture
Two-
was.
Yo, 2 Chainz come out doing his verse, got this chinchilla on, crazy
crazy.
fur on, doing this verse, I think it was this song.
It's Deads, yeah. That song is crazy.
Hooking that shit with this big ass animal on it.
Also, I just lied. I forgot I went to a Travis Scott concert.
I thought
That-
you went to that.
Yeah.
went to that,
The
and I
second,
was just-
the
I was-
second
I was like,
Astro,
maybe I
that's the
made that
best
up.
one I went to.
Yeah.
Like the visuals was like I was sitting a little far back,
Yeah.
but like because I saw like a bunch of visuals he had. That shit was crazy.
nah.
And he had the roller coaster in the middle, all that.
Yeah, the Pablo concert was so crazy because like this is the floating stage one.
Mm-hmm.
So once it got, because you know like all the Kanye tours are kind of cinematic, but the way he did it was once the lights dropped, you could literally kind of only see him and the hands underneath him like reaching up.
Yeah,
And
that's crazy.
I seen some visuals of that. That
Fam,
shit's
it
hard.
was so
That's
crazy, bro.
Yeah,
that's the only concert where I had to go download the concert version of the song because they were so much different and so good. Like he pulled all the samples, like extended them, so you can literally hear him chop it, man.
I think everybody should like release shit like that too. Like J. Cole
Me
did it
too,
with the
bro.
2014 shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that shit was
definitely.
crazy.
I'm going to see Beyonce this year, so my answer will be changed in August.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to see. Every person that I've talked to is going to see Drake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody I know is going to see Drake.
I'm interested with that like rotating stage. Like I don't know.
I'm
if-
very
It's probably not gonna be nothing like
I
super
damn near
crazy.
don't
But I
want to
still
see no
wanna.
videos of the tour. I just want to go. Like I
I'm
wish
not-
we was like
Yeah.
the first short.
I'm
We
not
wish
looking
we
at.
was the first
Listen,
show.
I'm not looking at anything. I'm not looking at set list. I'm not looking. At
I don't want to know the set list. I want to know. I'm gonna tell Grace to send me a playlist of the set list out of order just so
Yeah.
I know the words to all the songs. But
Oh, I'm gonna know the words.
um,
A whole lot of sixes.
Listen,
six. Nigga, I can't.
it's
wait.
been nothing but her loss since it dropped. So I know all of that.
yeah,
I
I know. I know. all
Brush up
that.
on everything
But
else.
The little throwaway Lucy she may do that. I
He
don't know.
started playing. Honestly, never mind. I'm gonna go get a drink or something. Wait till that
No, you not. Not with that crowd. You ain't going nowhere.
Fam, I'm really trying to think like when he play that dude, I just like pretend it doesn't exist because
I don't think he's
I
gonna
only listen to
He
Jimmy
might
Cooks,
play
bro.
Sticky.
Nigga, I'm gonna be
You
so.
know, Jimmy Crooks.
I'm gonna be so zooted.
Or Jimmy
Nigga, we're gonna
Cook,
start
yeah.
a Soul Train line and that shit. Nigga,
Nigga, we gonna get him in a blast. He was like, oh fuck, nigga, shit do go.
Hey, y'all, you go outside.
yo, I'm gonna tweet. Yo, listen. listen, I know y'all ain't lost, like, honestly, never mind, but y'all just ain't have floor seats on July at the Drake show, so y'all ain't hearing it. Right?
Oh,
I went to some like Drake playlist party, and one of them, I was like, yo, what song is this? I was like, yo, Shazam. I was like, oh shit.
Shout out to Texas Green. Listen, it's a couple on there, but
It's a couple on there for sure.
yeah.
Shout out to Drake. You always gonna give us
listen,
some.
when those come on, everybody just clear it out. This whole train line going.
Tesco Green.
All right,
That's it, though.
episode 27. That is a wrap.
leave
Again,
at
shout out to
11:30 'cause this
our
nigga Chris
guest co-host Chris and Barry.
It is not 11:30.
Listen, we're gonna stop letting you introduce your stuff. You keep coming in late, nigga.
I didn't get to do it today.
Exactly.
Well, I'm Barry.
We will. We will be back Sunday. That don't fucking matter. We're not live. So it don't matter.
Well, listen, if you're listening to this on Sunday, we may be on the air.
All right. Be safe. Love ya.